podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day I'm.
Hey Daddy, this is Dollar Beat.
BoxingVoice.com.
No matter what nobody say, man, spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar Nova. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
BoxingVoice.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on an app.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back. Buenos dias, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio, and we are here to discuss Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, and the big news, the fact that we have been informed of not only this fight having a catchweight, but also having a one-way rematch, which means if Tank loses, there is a rematch that will be broadcast and distributed through DAZN and Golden Boy. But if Tank wins, Ryan will not get a rematch. And there is a rehydration clause in the contract which states that Ryan cannot weigh more than 146 pounds the night of the fight. See, yesterday, we were under the impression that this might be kind of taking, I don't know, a page out of the IBF book. But because, like I mentioned, there were no sanctioning bodies involved, and this was clearly negotiations, we didn't know if he had to weigh 146 the morning of or the night of the fight, which is completely different. He's got to hold that weight now all day until he gets in the ring, which could be difficult. So a lot of people are trying to, on social media, this is a really big topic. You're either pro this topic in terms of you don't care, you're okay with this catchweight, or you're against this catchweight and rehydration clause. So now the big thing is, there's never been a catchweight and a rehydration in one fight. Like, this is the first of its kind. When Canelo's done a catchweight, the fight's been at 155, and that's it. Not, you also can't move up and weigh a certain amount on the fight night. Never no restrictions like that. So, I don't know. I guess for argument's sake, you can say that the Canelo Alvarez, Julio Cesar Chavez fight could be considered a catchweight with a rehydration clause. Because for every pound over the limit, Julio Cesar Chavez would be charged a certain amount of money, but that's not on fight night. That's only the night of. So once again, this really is a case all in its own. I've never seen anything like this. Like I said, we've never seen a person get put in a catch weight and a rehydration clause. Because Julio Cesar Chavez was allowed to weigh whatever he wanted. He just could not weigh above the 164 the day of the weigh-in, and if he did, he would be charged a really big amount. I think it was like $1 million a pound or something crazy like that. But it looks like we got Danny, not Garcia, but Alvarez, ring walk, a.k.a. the Almanac. Yo, do you remember if it was 100,000 or $1 million per pound?
Nah, it was like a quarter.
Quarter
Quarter
million?
or a half. Yeah, definitely wasn't $1 million. It was like a quarter or a half or some shit.
I think he's wrong, guys. I think once I pack this king size cone, I'm gonna go Google that. I think it was something
Bro,
crazy, like
I'm
a
not,
milli. I'm telling you, bro.
bro. So I wasn't part of the show, but you did reach out to me, so I have to ask, what is your stance on this? Because it seems like you're very bothered by it.
Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. I think it's very, very, very crazy that again, it's the first time in history that a boxer's got a catch weight and a rehydration clause, and I just never expected this from Tank.
I
Honestly, I've
mean, shit,
never
we
expected this
never
from Tank.
expected him to do the fucking to give in to the rematch and to, you know what I'm saying? And
Well,
I
he
don't know.
didn't give in.
I ain't bothered by this shit at all.
I don't know about giving in to the rematch. They still control the rematch. Is just if Ryan wins, then it's broadcast on their channel. But like,
Right,
it's
something
still
we ain't never seen, something that we ain't never seen. So it was still something surprising there. You know what I'm saying? It's a fight with first.
it's still a one-way rematch. That's still a one-way. It's only if Tank loses that Ryan's team gets to do whatever they get to do. And that wasn't Ryan or Tank giving in to those. Remember that there's quotes of Oscar saying, the zone spent millions of dollars on Ryan. That'll be the, and I'm paraphrasing this part, but he said that'll be like the straw that broke the camel's back in the negotiations. They can't give up the rematch if they win. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess to you it's not a big deal.
I just looked at it like shit. He gave in on that shit. You know what I'm saying? You give some, you and you lose some. I ain't think it was that big of a deal. And I'm gonna be honest with you,
But
bro. I
how could
knew
it not
the
be a
moment this
big
shit got
deal?
announced.
I said, how could it not be a big deal when it's never been heard of to have a rehydration clause and a catch weight? Like, it's always been one or the other. It's never been both, bro.
Right, but just like we ain't never heard of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? With the rematch, bro, giving up the TV. Like for me, it was just as simple as, bro, I'm just happy this shit getting made. Like I knew it was gonna be something. I didn't know it was gonna be this quick though.
Well, I can't take that stance of, oh, I'm happy it's going to be made because Ryan might not be 100%. These stipulations weaken Ryan and his ability to win the fight. Ryan can't make 135, so let's make him fight at 136. Ryan might win the fight, so let's not give him a rematch. I think Ryan's on steroids, so let's put him through the ringer and now give him a rehydration clause. It doesn't strike me as the normal Tank that we know. I don't know. It just doesn't. It for people to say, oh, Canelo does this again, he doesn't. This is the first time in history that there has been a rematch and a hydration clause, a catchweight and a one-way rematch. But Tank is the one with the persona of one of the biggest punchers in boxing. So it's like the first time people think you might lose, you put all these stipulations on your opponent. It's like, damn. And if he's doing this to Ryan, who Ryan allegedly got, status, 9 million followers, all this leverage, so to speak, what would he do to the other fighters? What would he do to the other fighters? That's, I mean, what the negotiations going to look like for Shakur? What the negotiations going to look like for Devin? If a dude with no
he usually
belt
fight guys that's moving up though, or guys that his you know what I'm saying? So now he fighting like the bigger guy. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know. The
but you
only time
fought
he fought a bigger
Barrios.
guy was what? Barrios, right? But Barrios was a champion. So yeah, I mean, as a champ, I guess you technically still could have put that shit in there, right? Because Canelo defended his belt at catchweights, but I don't know, champ. I mean, he fought like one fight at 38, the last fight at 40. Then they claimed the last time it had nothing to do with them. It was Fortuna asking for it. So everything that he was saying just let me know that he was able to make 135. They did it at 136. Uh, the weigh-in is the morning of, not like when they get there. So he'll be, more than the 10 pounds
No,
comfortably.
he
I feel
won't. You
like
got to read the article. That's what I'm saying. All this is unheard of. He's got to weigh 146 on fight night, not fight morning like the IBF. There's no sanctioning body, so there's no one
oh,
controlling
okay.
this.
Yeah, no, the shit I read said that he would have to weigh the
It's
shit I
on
read from the
Boxing
zone said
Scene.
that he would have to weigh from the morning of.
It's on Boxing Scene. I'll pull it up.
So how far, like how long before the fight he got to weigh in?
It doesn't say how long before the fight. It just says that he has to weigh in on fight night. Hold on.
I ain't gonna lie to you, champ. If he got to weigh in on fight night, we can't be mad at Tank. You gotta be mad at Oscar and Ryan for taking that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Come on, bro. What do you mean? And
bro,
these
I'm
are
just
these are
saying
some of the same
we've
excuses I've
never in the
heard.
sport heard of, because you say like first time in history, but we really don't know that. It's just like that we know of. But like, bro, the sport has never in its history had a weigh-ins the night of the fight. When they used to do same days, it was morning of. So if you sign into some shit that ain't never been heard of, we've heard of catch weights, we've heard of rehydration clause, we ain't never heard of fight night weigh-ins. If you didn't sign to some shit like that, you feel me? You deserve what you got coming.
Yeah, I don't look at it like that. I look at it like, why is Tank so nervous? Why is his team trying to
Oh my
weaken
god.
Ryan? Or either they nervous or they was trying to make sure he didn't take the fight. I mean, I don't see it any other way. Like, you fought Barrios and you didn't put no 10-pound weight limit on him. So I don't know. It doesn't seem right to me.
I don't know that he could have with the title on the line. You could do a catch weight, but I don't know that you can do a rehydration clause with a title on the line.
Shit. This is a rehydration clause with no title on the line. And that's what's unheard of, Danny. Like, people, and even yourself, I see you being dismissive, but hopefully when we're done with
Hey,
our
matter of fact, it didn't happen. Ben and Eubank Jr. had both.
it didn't happen.
It didn't
And you
happen, but
see
we've
one
seen
man
it
had
done.
to cheat to make it happen. One man tested positive. These are unhealthy things. We do next day weigh-ins, so that so the fighters are not hurt, trying to cap a fighter from gaining weight is, a strategic
Can
move
you
to
find that
ensure a
article,
win.
champ? Cause I ain't gonna lie, that was surprising to me. I've never in my time watching the sport, and unlike you, bro, I've went back and I watched fights from the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. Never have I heard of the weigh-in being the night of. So you get what I'm saying? If you took some shit that ain't never existed, yikes.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. He had to take it in order to get the fight because people would have been, blaming him. And I see why this fight took forever to make. Just look at it. Like again, this guy doesn't. He's never even been a world champ, Danny. He's never even been a world champ. So you need a rehydration, a catch weight, and a one-way rematch for a contender, a dude that never won a belt. You just never seen this. Canelo never put nobody that wasn't already a champion or a former champion in a catch weight, bruh. Like, it's never happened. This shit is unheard of, and people trying to act like it's nothing. It is something. It's unheard of. It's
So
unprecedented. The dude's not even fighting a champion. The dude ain't a champion. This dude's not a champion. Ryan's not a fucking champ. It don't make no sense. You putting all these stipulations on a contender. Imagine Devin Haney. What Devin Haney gonna have to do? What Devin Haney gonna have to do with the belts?
I
What
mean,
he
I
gonna have
already
to
told
do
you
as a
I feel like
champion?
that fight never happened.
I'm telling you, it's crazy, bro. I don't know. I think it's crazy. We are going to be getting George Aries in about 13 minutes. And he's going to be taking on Jared Anderson.
Yeah, so I guess Canelo Chavez Jr. was a million a pound.
Oh, shit. I knew it. So Oscar says, no concern whatsoever. Both fighters are professionals. Both fighters have been waiting for this fight for a long time. And so the fact that they've already been training, the weight is down and on Ryan Garcia and on Tank. They're professionals. There's no issue whatsoever. So sometimes it's standard to have some kind of clauses like that in the contract. But we strongly feel that both fighters will have no issues whatsoever. And that's
Not just that, even your boy said he like, yeah, usually I walk into the ring 146, 148, so it should be zero problem. I didn't read word for word the whole article that I found on boxing scene, but this one that I didn't see anything that says that they'll be weighing in on the night of. Cuz that makes a huge difference. That makes a huge difference. I mean, you're talking about being able to potentially add another 10, 12 pounds during that time. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. So right
Yeah, I ain't
there,
never
I don't
heard of
know,
that,
I don't,
champ.
I don't know why you don't see it. It says it right there. Garcia informed BoxingScene.com afterward that he cannot weigh more than 160 pounds, 10 pounds more than the contracted catch weight when he enters the ring. Like, does that sound like the morning to you? When he enters the ring, does that sound like the day of in the morning before I eat breakfast, or does that sound like when I fucking get in the ring late at
How is
night?
that 10 pounds though? You said 160. That's
Bro, 146, 136 to
146.
146 is 10 pounds. You trying to make this shit right for Tank so bad. You should have heard what somebody said yesterday. Somebody said yesterday, they called in and said, bruh, stop saying Tank wearing a purse. You don't know it's probably in his contract.
Yeah, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying, it feels like, when the fans yell robbery, but the fighter, uh when the final bell rings, the fighter that they yelling robbery, for is the fighter with his head down that didn't even think he won the fight. You get what I'm saying? So it's like Ryan and Oscar seem pretty content, and they actually seem like it'll be zero issue. Um, you
So
know,
because they seem like it's zero issue, should we
and on
not
top of
should
that,
we
yeah,
not
you
be
saying
concerned that
I
this is
don't
the
think I
new
should be
that
concerned.
this is the new wave, putting non-champions in catchweights with rehydration clauses?
I mean, bro, like motherfucking Canelo had how many fights with a catchweight? Non-champion.
Never. Who was non-champion?
Amir Khan.
Oh, he never been a champ? Oh, I'm
No,
sorry. You know so much boxing.
I'm talking about
No,
his
I'm
fights.
talking about, like, if you rewind, I've told you, never, no former or non. Canelo always had a champ or a former. Never no non-champ. Amir Khan was unified in his career. He accomplished. By the time he got in the ring with Canelo, he
I'm
accomplished.
talking about the fight at hand, bro. I'm not
and
talking
I'm
about
talking
their
about
careers.
the
I'm talking
person.
about the fight at hand.
I'm talking about the person, the way that Floyd
don't
does.
have catchweights is a fight-to-fight basis that have catchweights.
The way that I'm
speaking
talking
on
about
the
it is
fight.
the same way Floyd does. The only way that it matters. How many champions you fought? Floyd ain't talking about current. He talking about past or current. That's what we talking about. Canelo never put no non-champion in no fucking catchweight. Get the hell out of here. This some new shit. This some way new shit. But okay. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely want to get confirmation, cause
confirmation on what?
Because I really don't believe that they'll be weighing in when they show up to the arena. I'm pretty sure it'll be the morning of the fight, brother.
So how are you interpreting the letters in that article? Because they black and white.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying, bro, any other time that they've had a weigh in on the day
Okay.
yeah, they saying stepping into the ring on the night, but they hitting that scale that morning, so
yeah, nah, I've never seen
difference. That makes a big difference. You talking about having an extra half day to rehydrate,
or not having an extra half day to rehydrate and being
which
forced.
Is why I'm saying because it's always three sides to every story. We only got one of them right now, so we got to get all the facts. It doesn't say specifically he has up until this time, like actual weigh-ins. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you have up until this time to make the weight. So we gotta wait until that information.
Why wouldn't an experienced writer like Keith Idek let you know that he's got to weigh in the morning of, which is traditional?
Some of that information don't even be privy till the week of the times.
The article states Garcia informed BoxingScene.com, not a group of writers. This ain't media scrum. This is an interview with them. You trying to twist what's printed in black and white. The shit literally say when he enters the ring, not when he wakes up in the morning. Okay, not so a 9 a.m. weigh-in.
At what time? At what time? Because that's what
when
I want to know.
He enters the ring.
The Nevada State Athletic
when he
Commission
enters
gives you
the
a time.
ring. When he enters the ring, that's the time.
Does that mean when he step into the locker room, before he get wrapped up? Like at what time?
Bruh, you terrible, man. You terrible. Like, I don't know why you trying to defend this ridiculous. Like nobody's ever done this, brother. Nobody's ever done this. Like, you acting like it's okay because it's Ryan. The minute it's fucking Devin or Shakur, you ain't gonna be happy.
Bro, I told you I already feel like the fight won't happen. Hey,
it don't matter. It ain't about it not happening. It's more about if it could happen, this is what you gonna do.
When you have a belt on the line, it's different rules. You can't just come up with your own fucking rules in title fights. It's rules that sanction title fights. So yeah, you were able to do shit like Canelo that you wasn't able to do in a title fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why belts don't matter.
Title fights you can have.
That's why belts don't matter. So that there's no sanctioning body to govern what the fuck is going on.
Matter to me, champ.
No,
what you saying on that?
I'm saying the phrase belts don't matter to these fighters so that they can do things like this where they don't got to have a sanctioning body governing them and telling them what's okay to do and what's not okay to do, you know? Because how you gonna refrain a dude from gaining weight for that long? It's crazy. And then everybody's just okay with it. Oh, nah, man, he wanted to fight. He ain't had to sign. He ain't put no gun to his head. So it's crazy.
So, yeah. But, bro, even still, dude, even still. let me just say, I think we still need to get confirmation, champ.
You want
Because you
confirmation?
just said it's going to be on the night of.
That's what
That's
the
something
article
that ain't never been
says.
heard of. We've
That's
heard
what
of
the article
rehydration
says.
clauses, and we've heard of rehydration clauses, and we've heard of catchweights. We ain't never
hear them in the same fight.
But we've heard of them.
Never
we
in the
never
same
heard
fight.
Of a weigh in the night of.
Never in the same. I ain't never seen a dude try to get two advantages from the same fighter. But hear it out the horse's mouth.
This negotiation, I probably should have said no because of the stipulations he put against me. Obviously, he likes to fight people with no power, so he's trying to weight drain me. No, then a rehydration clause.
See, Danny acting like he don't understand that.
There's a lot of stipulations in there that show what kind of character he has, his integrity, and the will of a competitor he has. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have the heart of the champion. Look at him, how he represents himself as the champion. He's not even here. It's been over an hour. I mean, there was like...
Imagine Earl said, I'm ready to fight Crawford, but he got to weigh 144. And now your defense is going to be, well, Earl can't do that because his belt's on the line, so, you know, the sanctioning bodies. So that's my point.
True. They can absolutely do that. How many times did Canelo not defend the middleweight title at 155? Matter of fact, Canelo won the middleweight title at 155. What are we talking about?
Yeah, that was a Cotto catchweight. See, people like to forget that. They like to say Canelo weight. It was Cotto that put Canelo at 155. It was Cotto that won the belt from Sergio Martinez at a catchweight of 157. You see, it was Cotto that learned how to get put in catchweights from Pacquiao, who was with Roach, who put him in a 144. But you know, you dudes don't really know about this shit. Wait, rotator forever? What the hell?
So Canelo never fought another catchweight, right?
Of course he did.
Of
course he did. He did what the A-side did to him. Both A-sides put him in catchweights. Both times they first ever fought him. A-side Floyd.
Well, the first time his trainer put him in a catchweight.
A-side Floyd put him in. A-side Floyd doing the same thing right now. The same shit we seeing right now. And y'all try to make it okay back then. Now y'all want to make it okay now. At least Canelo was a fucking champion.
Now we gonna lie.
At least Canelo was a champion. Ryan ain't even a champion, bruh.
Now we
Yo,
gonna lie to the people.
Motherfuckers should be ashamed of themselves, bro. Like, that's not even a champ. He not even a champ. He not even a champ. You doing that to a contender. What you gonna do to Haney and Shakur? Huh? What sort of stipulations Haney and Shakur getting? Jack White, what up? Jack White.
Was the embodiment.
So, definitely connected on Bluetooth because I just played that. But we're going to go to Tommy in Florida. So I don't know if it was Jack or me, but we'll be back.
Up, Nash? You got me?
I got you.
All right. I just kind of tuned in just now, but I had listened to yesterday's show this morning. So, a couple points from yesterday's show where I heard the difference, I would say, between fighting Ryan at 136 and fighting Barrios is the fact not that Ryan is, more dangerous, just the fact that Barrios actually had a belt, even though it's irregular, but whatever, I consider it. You got to fight mandatory, so I consider that a belt. Ryan is just really one fight removed from 135. So if they would have had it at 135, I'm pretty sure it would have been for a Tank belt. But Ryan don't care about the belt. He didn't want it at 135. Whatever. They negotiated 136. So, I mean, yeah, he signed it. No, he ain't have to, but yeah, he did because he wanted to fight, and that's cool. And I applaud him for that. But to say like, because it's 135, like you only fought at 141, and then when the dude you fought at 140 was a 135 guy. So it's not this. I know you said with Bud and Spence. If Spence say, well, I'll fight you, Bud, but it got to be da da da. It's not the same because at this point, Bud has fought welterweight 6-7 times. It'll kind of be equivalent if when Bud left 140, went up, fought fucking the Australian at 147, and then whatever, some divided down at 140 said, man, come back down here and fight me. Like, you only one fight removed from 140. So, and, you know, I'm pretty sure there's other matches and fights in this world that had, if not the exact same stipulations, but probably even worse. But Ryan just came out and said it. I'm pretty sure some other boss will come out and be like, yeah, when I had to fight such and such, I had the same clause. You know, but everybody just not putting the business out there like that, like Ryan did. So.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know, I applaud him for taking the fight regardless of the weight. I'm not shaming
You
Tank
pulling
for
Tank.
making him do it at 137.
He gonna win. He gonna win. My man gonna be weight drained. He can't gain no weight, so he can't eat no food. He ain't gonna have no power.
So do you want Ryan to back out the fight?
You heard him.
Do you want Ryan to back out the fight?
Yeah. I think at this point the negotiations is revealed, and we see that he's in an uphill, unfair negotiation. So I don't think any realistic boxing fan will give him shit. Like, they putting you in a fight, you can't win. They putting you in a fight, you can't win.
You.
Bro, they coming with the excuses to save his ass already.
They putting you in a fight they can't win. This is
now,
history in the making. We've never seen a catchweight rehydration clause night of plus one-way rematch for a contender. Not even a champion. Not even a former champ. Not even a former champ.
They're just big, bro. They just well-known fighters. So yeah,
nah,
it's the first time.
Tommy, I gotta go. I got George Aries on the line, and obviously he's gonna be taking on Jared Anderson. George, what's going on, champ? How are you feeling?
Hello, my guys. Good morning.
Good morning, man. So, how long did you know you were getting this opportunity? When did you first get the call?
I think probably late February, maybe.
Late
February. Around there.
Okay, so not too long ago. What would you say? 7 days ago?
No. Possibly. It's hard to remember that. Because even when I knew it still wasn't solidified. But let's say possibly maybe before Valentine's Day.
Okay.
It's hard to put a finger on it because I didn't celebrate Valentine's Day. But I'll say it was a good amount of time. It's been a while.
All right. Beeb. Hold on a minute. So George, you found out February 14th. I'll say this, man. I am Dominican, and I didn't know you were gonna beat Cassius Chaney. I swear, I that was an upset for me. So I want to start there. How did you go into that fight? What was your mindset? Did you know you would get the outcome that you got? Did you know that you would have to box him, and that the fight would play out in that manner?
Well, I go about every fight with the same mentality. I always believe that I am going against somebody that has all the ability to beat me. So I make it my job to work on the conditioning. And for Chaney, I knew that he was a big puncher, so I focused on not letting him sit on his knockout punch. Did I think I was gonna win? Well, I'm most definitely gonna tell you I wasn't thinking I was gonna lose. Like, as long as I was gonna go in there, I was believing that I was gonna win. But like in any fight or anything that you do, when you get the result you wanted, it's almost a shock, you know? Even though I went in there believing I was gonna win, to actually do it, it was almost as surprising, like if I didn't think I was gonna win.
For sure, man. But Jared Anderson is a different monster. Now, you obviously took this fight for the same reasons. You believe that you're gonna win. Is there something about him that you see that you feel you can capitalize, or do you just feel this is my opportunity, I can't pass it up?
Well, more importantly than anything, I really, for my own personal sake, I like fighting people that I want to have a record that almost speaks to the fact that as a fighter, I went for people that were there, So first is that his status, you can say. To fight somebody with his status means a lot more than to fight and beat anybody with any lower recognition. And like I tell you, I always believe that I'm going in against somebody who's gonna definitely give me the hardest fight possible. So as far as believing that there's any weaknesses to explore or anything in particular, not at all. I believe it's gonna be tough, and I believe that any preparation or any type of videos or anything you could look like that is not gonna do justice because the guy is where he's at for a reason. So I'm thinking I'm going there to do a lot of live work, finding out on the spot.
So the big thing with Jared is that he's not a football player turned boxer, a basketball player turned boxer. This is what he's been doing as a child, and he's been bred for this. Um, that's why they're rushing him. But do you feel this is a rush for his team to put him in there with you being 18-0?
No, not at all, because there's different levels of experience. I started at 18. Meanwhile, he already had experience at that age. So, and I didn't really have an amateur career. So I see experience wise, I still think he has more experience. So as far as I think it's actually the right amount of time to put him on with somebody, with my level.
So you said
George.
Yep.
no. I was just gonna double up on that amateur experience. If you can let us know how many amateur fights exactly you had.
I only had 9 amateur fights. My record was 8-1, and then I went pro.
Go ahead, Danny.
Now, I wanted to add. Well, since you touched on that, what made you turn pro so quick? Obviously, 8-1, fairly good amateur record. Why not stick with the amateurs, or you just felt it was time?
Oh, by the time I started at 18 and I started fighting, and I wasn't even taking it that serious, so it wasn't really. I only fought for 2 years, and then after that I was 22, and then it just felt like there was nothing more really in the amateurs because I won the Golden Glove, and after that it just felt like well, it was my coach said if I wanted to go pro, I said, all right, let's do it. So I just went with the flow. It was really more of just went with the flow of things. Not necessarily, I never thought of being even a boxer, so even the fact that it was brought up to go pro, I just took it as the opportunity came. Nothing, I wasn't really thinking that honestly, the vision wasn't there in my head. So it just came and then I just went with it.
George, are you a full-time boxer now, or do you have a part-time? What's the status?
Yeah, I'm full time, but like when there's no fights or anything, I work with the exterminator. I'm an exterminator part time with AGJ Pest Control.
Okay. Okay. And what gym you train out of in New York?
Morris Park Boxing Club.
Morris Park. All right.
Yeah, that's in the Bronx, right?
Yeah.
What type of work? Obviously, you able to get out there. I feel like for many years, New York, at least in recent years, I feel like New York had it on lock, and now Vegas seems to kind of be the spot. But what type of work are you able to get up there?
Over here, I do most sparring and stuff. I visit other gyms. Been going to Connecticut, been going to Mount Vernon, and then moving around. Usually, in the gym, moving around with the guys in the gym, but nothing of like significantly. Like I wouldn't compare it to whatever the guys in Vegas are doing. Probably they're getting the best of the best over there.
Do you think you need to bring in someone who's considered one of the best because of this level of opposition that you're facing, or do you think it's not about who you're sparring and more about how you're working?
I believe it's more about how I'm working. I believe so, because there's I mean, at least from what I've experienced training for fights, you get there's I've gotten hurt before in sparring to the point where you don't learn anything and you just end up having to take time to recover. So a lot of times, a lot of the sparring has a very identified purposes, and that seems to have worked.
So we got some questions from the people, and I want to go to those. But you being Dominican, were you born here in America or were you born in
No,
DR?
no, no, no. I was born in the Dominican Republic,
What part?
San Francisco de Macorís.
Oh wow, I'm from San Pedro.
Nice.
Yeah, so funny. It's totally different though than San Francisco, but
Yeah.
so what got you into boxing?
What got me into boxing, well, into a boxing gym was really more of a curiosity when I was right out of high school in the summer. After graduating high school, I never had been in a boxing gym. It was a curiosity just walking in. And after that, it was the owner of the gym he kind of just kept telling me to come and to not worry about paying for it. So with that little flow going and coming, I ended up accumulating like 2 months just playing around, not really learning much because I was just going whenever I could or whenever I wanted to. Then towards, I would say maybe because I started in July, just visiting. Probably about September, I met my coach, and then he took it serious for me, and then I couldn't leave it even if I wanted to after that because he kept encouraging me to keep going, keep going. If I was trying to be absent, he'll even pick me up. So it became something that I went in, curiously, and then it kind of trapped me into it.
So who is your trainer?
My trainer is Leon Washington Jr.
All right. I got a couple questions here. Canna in Nebraska says, hello, George. As someone that hasn't seen you fight, how would you describe your style? Thanks for coming on the show.
Okay, how would I describe my style? First, I'll say it's adaptable. I say I'm a more natural boxer. Boxing is the more natural style for me. I've been, if situation requires it, I can adapt a more aggressive style. But overall, a boxer use a lot of footwork and a lot of jab. So mostly a boxer. I'll just say a boxer. I'm a boxer. Move around the ring. I utilize the ring more than most heavyweights and stick to the jab.
So at 5'11", when you walked into the gym, how much did you weigh?
At that time, probably 220.
220.
Yeah, I was already I haven't grown much ever since. It's just stood the same.
Okay, because I see you're only 5'11".
Mm-hmm.
Did your height and your weight influence you to seek out, Mike Tyson or something? Because I feel like you're a mixture of Tyson with a little bit of Joe Frazier, but even some Ali Shuffles in there sometimes.
It was because when I started boxing, and then most of the guys that I was moving with were taller than me. I did first start looking into Mike Tyson, but the style that really, naturally I kept sticking to was more of the Joe Frazier. Was more natural to me than the Mike Tyson. But then as I developed, and then I learned to use the ring more, it felt more like the Ali was more of my natural. It's really more like in me, the moving around with the head movement. So it's more, I would say, Ali Frazier sort of, because I use the ring enough to avoid getting hit as much as you'll say that I'll move my head to avoid getting hit. So It's those two styles I think are the more natural, the ones that not I didn't need a lot of teaching to adapt those.
Yeah, I feel like you're a little bit of Joe Frazier influenced, and I mean not Joe. Yeah, Joe Frazier, Joe Frazier. You know, because you kind of stay low and you do the hooks every now and then. But I got New York Bullet that says, "What's good, champ? No question. Just wanted to say I used to train in Morris Park Gym, and I've thought you can make it far, and now it's your time to shine. I'm rooting for you, champ. Bring it home. BX, stand up." There you
Oh
go.
man, thank you, appreciate that.
I got Ruin the 504. That's New Orleans. He says, "Do you think Anderson, Jared Anderson, is overlooking you?"
Honestly, I don't see why not. To be completely honest, I don't have, let's say, the knockout power on paper. I don't have anything, even like physically. I'm not anything that he could be intimidated by. I would say why not, because he is the big shot. You know, he is the big guy in there with all the attention. So I wouldn't be surprised if he is, but knowing the the people around him, I'm sure they, if he's ever slacking, I'm sure they'll keep him grounded. But I don't see why I would be taken any more seriously than I honestly don't think I'm like in his eyes that the biggest threat or anything like that.
Mm. Do you think that would be an advantage for you?
I mean, would it be an advantage if he undertrains? Let's say, absolutely. But I don't think anybody undertrains because I think experience and the physicality that he brings should always be enough to reinforce should the situation need it. I honestly believe this is going to be a pretty. I'm taking on somebody in there, with very little for me to take advantage of. Everything will have to be earned.
Mm. I got Damon Moore that says, "How much do you run per day?"
Per day, well, I've ran the most I'll run will be 10 miles, and then take a break
Per
for
day?
probably. No, no, no. I'm saying in a day I could run 10 miles, take 2 days off, then six, take a couple of days. So like 4, 6, and 10, those type of miles I could do, but not in a day. I say throughout the week. Throughout the week.
But 10 miles in one running session? That's a lot.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
If
I've heard
it
5.
feels
I've heard 3, 4,
fine.
5, and even 6. 10, that's a lot, but I guess that's good. What up, Danny?
So I was gonna say, how many days a week are you running?
I've run this week 3 times. So in a week, you could say I could accumulate 20 miles.
Okay. I got Alejandro Vega, and he says, "Can you pronounce your last name so it's said correctly by everyone associated with the show? My best to you." Is it? Yeah. So how do you pronounce it?
Arias.
Arias. All right. Not Aries, like what is it? Louis Cubas Aries. So we got David Maldonado that says, "Who you picking between Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor?"
I picked Teofimo, but I'm not a good guy to put in to pick a winner because I just got more feelings for Teofimo. I like his style, I like how he is. So I pick people based on just liking them, and I like Teofimo more.
Mm. And what do you think about Tank and Ryan and the fact that there's a rehydration clause and a catch weight?
I think they're both young enough and in their prime that all that can be completely done by both without any significant advantage that anybody would have. So I think that those things were written more to keep everything, I guess, more balanced. But I don't see anybody, either one of the two, benefiting from any of that.
So George, I guess my last one is, Anderson's been on a 5-fight second round knockout streak. Like no one's made it past the second round. Has
Mm-hmm.
that been in your mind at all?
Nah,
Did you know that stat?
not really. But like I told you, I'm taking him for what he is. He's a heavy hitter, and he has a lot of hype behind him. So I believe that I'm going in there, me. I'm going in there. So I can't really look at the last five guys. So I'm taking it as in. We'll find out when I'm in there. Whatever he's offering, I can. I mean, you gotta play the sport with a short-term memory of whatever happened yesterday and all that. So it sounds very, very intimidating when you say it like that. But I'll forget about it and I'll go in there like if he doesn't have a five knockout winning streak.
Uh, I know I said that was my last, but it
Don't worry, don't
isn't.
worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Go
gotta
ahead.
ask, fighting in Newark, bro. How excited are you? I'm sure you must have plenty of people coming down from New York, from the Bronx, to support you.
Yeah, it's very exciting, very, very exciting. Not only that is the fight is nearby, also is a co-main event going in against one of the biggest guys right now. So it is. I would even go watch my this fight. It's a very good situation, and I am constantly in prayer, hoping that I could pull the upset. I'm really hoping. I'm hoping, but honestly believing it is gonna be a very, very interesting fight.
Well, George, those are all our questions, man. We thank you and we wish you the best of luck. April 8th can't come any faster. We're definitely excited for this one, and we hope you put on your best effort.
Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Please give out your social media and obviously let everybody know where to get some of that iguana gear. I know that you've been repping that for a while now.
GGA Arias 33. And damn, actually, I wouldn't even know off the top of my head the where to get the gear at. But I'll just check them out on Instagram, Iguana Apparel on Instagram, and then you could take it from there.
All right, champ. Well, we appreciate you, man. Can't wait to get you back on.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
All right.
Appreciate it.
So it looks like we got Joe Habib of Ringside Reporter. Beeb, what it do, champ?
What's going on, Danny? How you doing? I gotta say, Danny, I like you. I respect you a lot, but I vehemently disagree with you on this take. Uh, Obviously, if someone has leverage, they're going to use it, and Tank does have the leverage. But there's different ways to use your leverage. You can make your leverage work for you, but public perception-wise, this type of leverage that Tank is using is going to make him look like he's looking for an advantage. That there's a confidence issue here. The fact that you fought Barrios, who was and is more established than Ryan Garcia, and he was a champion, and you went up there and you fought him for a title, whether it not be a legitimate title, if you want to argue that. It could be, you could say it was a regular title. Nevertheless, it's still a bigger title than Ryan ever had. And Barrios had more experience, and you had no problem meeting him at 140, but for whatever reason, you can't meet Ryan at 140. So that is going to make Tank look like he needs some type of advantage here, and he's concerned about Ryan Garcia here, right? So it is going to look like he is trying to weaken Ryan Garcia. And anytime there's a catch weight enforced in a fight, it always makes the fighter who asks for it look like he needs an advantage. It's hard to argue against that.
I don't even know why he needs that advantage. I don't even get why he needs it. Like, everybody thinks he's the super favorite. Why does he even need it?
I'm going to be honest with you, man. I honestly think all around him and his team, I think there is some type of confidence issue there. Again, this is arguable. It's open to debate. I don't think he's fought the best possible opposition out there, right? At 28 years old, I'll make a very controversial statement right now. I think Luke Campbell is better than anyone that Tank Davis has ever fought.
You're tripping.
I'm gonna be honest.
How?
That version, that version of Luke Campbell, I thought you could argue beat Jorge Linares, right? It's an Olympic gold medalist, right? This is a tall, slick southpaw, right? This was a guy that I gave
slick.
I gave 4 rounds.
Slick.
No, he's slick, bro. He won 4 rounds against Lomachenko, and Ryan Garcia knocked this dude out.
Yeah, but
I think it was like.
I think you got to look at it. I think you got to look at it differently and say Campbell and Linares couldn't even, Loma and Campbell couldn't knock out. Linares and Loma couldn't knock out Campbell, and Ryan could. I don't see it the other way because Pedraza's a 2-time champ. Campbell's never won a world title. It just doesn't make sense to say that because he never, like Pedraza won it twice.
Who would you pick? Who would you pick, Campbell or Pedraza at 135?
Bro, Pedraza, did you not see the last fight? He's still looking good.
Pedraza hasn't looked, ever since Tank beat Pedraza, and even before that, like, Pedraza is a good fighter, but he's not a world beater. He hasn't lived up to his expectations or the expectations of the fans.
I think you're totally overlooking Pedraza, bro. He's the best Puerto Rican fighter since Miguel Cotto. Literally. He's a 2-time champion.
I mean, you could argue for or against that. It's subjective, but I'm not going to say he's a bad fighter. But I thought Luke Campbell was going to beat Ryan Garcia. And the fact that Ryan stopped him early like that with a body shot, I think that was more impressive. That fight, in my opinion, and again, this is my opinion, it's controversial. I think it's better than anything Tank's ever done.
Bro, but how could beating someone by knockout be better than winning a world title?
Well, let's look at world titles now. I think history is starting to prove that it's not the title, it's who you fight and who you fought to win the title.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And that's always going to be the argument with Tank. Who did he really beat to become champion?
Pedraza and Leo. Those are 2 legitimate champions. One is first ballot. Leo's he's a 4-time champ. 3 divisions.
You're always going to have that asterisk that he fought the smaller guy.
How is he fighting a smaller guy, Beeb? He started his career at featherweight.
Doesn't matter where he starts. Where is he going to finish?
He's only 2 divisions above.
He's 28 years old, right? He's 28 years old. He's not going to. I don't even think he was ever a true 130 pounder. I thought he was really melting down for that.
But Beeb, you're saying it yourself. He's 28 years old and he's only moved up 2 divisions since turning pro. Yep. He's small. He's not big. He's small.
I don't think he's small. I think he's short. I think he's got a thick, stocky frame.
He's definitely stocky, but he's definitely short.
I don't think he's small. I don't think he's small. I think he's short. I think he's short. Go ahead, Danny.
Yo, I want your thoughts. Before we knew the rehydrate, what was your thoughts on the fight? How'd you see the fight play out?
Ryan's going to win this fight by decision. And he's still going to win this fight by decision. And I'll tell you why. Because Ryan has very, very underrated boxing skills. And he rose to the occasion in that Luke Campbell fight. I was thoroughly impressed in that fight.
How long ago was that? How long ago was that, right?
You have an argument. You have an argument. You have an argument, Danny. But here's the thing.
You talk about his boxing skill. It's unfortunate, right? Because I said it yesterday. Unfortunately, April 8th, we're not going to see Keyshawn Davis and Emmanuel to go. Because if we did, Keyshawn would have been able to show Ryan how to cut off the ring, and maybe he would have been able to apply some of that April 22nd. Bro, he fought him for 36 fucking minutes, didn't cut off the ring one time. Not once.
I mean, you could argue that Tank couldn't cut off the ring against Isaac Cruz.
Who's a puncher, not a runner.
And he boxed beautifully. Versus.
How did you score that
Ryan.
Fight, Danny? How did you score that fight, Danny?
Bro, I didn't give him more than 3 rounds. I was in.
I gave Isaac Cruz 5 rounds in that fight. I thought it was
wow.
I thought it was a razor close decision by Tank.
I thought that was the first time that Calvin Ford, after all these years that he's been saying, "Oh, my youngin can box. He could box." I felt like he showed it that night.
He's a great. He can fight too. But here's the problem with this fight.
I just don't like these unfair advantages. I didn't think we needed this. I think we got two kids in their prime, you know, relatively the same age. Why is it needed?
I'm going to give you a ray of hope, Ness, to take with you and kind of suppress that apprehension you have about this rehydration clause. Ryan Garcia is 24 years old, Tank's 28. So the metabolism can do some extraordinary things when you're under 28, 30, 31-ish. When you're in that early 20s stage, the body can do a lot of amazing things. I think Danny alluded to this. He's only like 2 fights removed from 135. This fight's going to be at 136. What's he walk around at? He doesn't look like he's a one of those guys that walks around like at 170 pounds. He looks like he walks around.
Uh-oh. He froze.
Oh snap! I was enjoying that.
Now Danny's camera is on. I don't know what's up with this, but yeah.
I think because I was on through my computer, and when that shit cut off on me, I probably still had that window open or some shit, champ.
So let's get to some callers. We got Ron Boy Fresh. What up? That's working.
Hey, Mo.
We hear you.
All right. I don't like talking about this cash grab all like that, but this is perfect, man. This is what I told y'all like probably a month ago. This is the best. Ryan did the best thing signing all this bullshit because this is nothing but a segue to another rematch. That's all it is. He got so many excuses in his back pocket. You dig what I'm telling you? They looking at the long game, and the long game is he have all excuses he need when he gets stopped or beat the fuck up. Well, the whole thing is, can Ryan stay on his feet? If he can stay on his feet, they can get a rematch. And the rematch is going to be, well, let's fight at 140, no rehydration clause. Once they get the paper, once they download enough information on Ryan in this first fight, they going to do a rematch. It's perfect. That's the game. It's no pressure on Ryan Garcia here. All the pressure is on Davis. And then Reggie is going to stop him. Huh? That's what I'm betting on. But, it's a business. And that's the business. This is all business, Mo. That's the way I look at it.
This ain't business, man. Imagine Earl told Crawford he got to get in the catch weight, man. Shit crazy.
Nah, listen. That's if when Ryan Garcia lose this fight, what you think his excuse is going to be?
But why we need an excuse? That's what I'm saying. Like we wouldn't even need it.
We don't need it, but they have an excuse. You don't.
Nas, it's unfortunate though because it's like the majority, and if you feel that I'm wrong, correct me when I'm done. But I would say, as long as we've been talking on this fight on this show since late last year, I would say the majority of our listening audience at least felt that Tank was gonna win. Majority of those people felt it would be by knockout, but now it's like, right. Bro, not. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now I feel like I had it pulled up too. I don't even know that I want to attend the fight anymore, bro, because the amount of excuses in 24 hours that have been there.
Excuses? Why you put this fucking weird ass contract? This some bullshit contract.
But that's what I'm telling you. I'm just telling you why you do it, because it's no pressure on Ryan Garcia. They can hype him up all the fuck they want, but the true motherfuckers know that Reggie is going to stop him, and when they stop him, Ryan can sit back and be like,
y'all don't know that shit because he had to fucking put a rehydration clause and a catch weight just to make sure he stop him.
Exactly, and they looking at the long money here, man. They looking at the long money, and it's no pressure on
Ryan. It's a letdown, bro. For me, it's a letdown.
I know.
I thought Tank was a fucking Terminator. I ain't think he needed none of this shit.
Yeah, but it won't be none of that in a rematch. Let me just put it like that. It ain't gonna be none of that in a rematch. This is the long game. I think this is a business. I told you this is not a good fight. It's just a business fight. That's all it is. And it's gonna be that. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But don't be surprised when this boy gets stopped or get beat the fuck up. He's got these three excuses. They wasn't, no tune up, rehydration clause, Reggie coming late to motherfucking press conferences. He could have been training or some shit. But that's all I got to say for that, Slim. It's just fucked up. This shit is a fucked up. This shit fucked up. I'm telling you, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go, Danny.
Yo, I'm gonna say this, right? I'm from Chicago, bro. I got some fucked up friends, bro. So when my homegirl called me talking about her dude then cheated for the 27th time,
damn,
I ain't feeling bad, cause baby, you signed up for this. You knew what the fuck you was getting yourself into. You get what I'm saying? So it's
bro,
like,
you sound crazy trying to compare a relationship to a fight. Oh my god, bro. These Tank fans do anything to make him look right.
Bro,
nah, Slim.
Yo,
look, man. I
just
said,
don't come to no other man defense, yo. It's like
yeah, all right. When Canelo puts Benavidez in the catchweight, we gonna be happy.
This what you doing?
Come on,
you
man.
Standing right there in front of Floyd last night in Miami. You standing in front of him whole time. Jake then turned around and he 50 yards away from you, champ. He didn't already ran away from the situation. He ain't mad at the situation. You mad at the situation. You thought.
But hold on, real quick though. But Mo, what is the excuses? Because I sort of I've been fucking with the NBA for the last. Why do we need it? What is the excuses these Reggie motherfuckers running around saying why they put this boy on all these clauses and shit? And these the same motherfuckers that always talk shit about Cinnamon, and they man sitting here doing the same motherfucking shit. It's business when they do it, but when Cinnamon do it, it ain't business. How does this shit work? I don't get it.
Me neither, man.
I don't get it, but like I say, it's all sucker shit to me. But Rod definitely got the excuses in his back pocket. But go ahead.
Yeah, bro, cause it's like you said it yourself, bro. They don't like when I do it. You know what I'm saying? They see Canelo. He is the
Canelo
the
never did this. Canelo never had a catchweight with a fucking rehydration clause.
Cool, but he sat at the catch weights and he sat at the rehydration.
Never both in one.
Rehydration clause.
Never both
I know.
in one.
That's even but Ness, it even make it even worse though, Mo. That's my whole point.
But
it makes it even worse.
Point. That's my point that it make it worse. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
It's fucked up, ain't it?
Putting through him. Go ahead.
It's embarrassing.
It's some sucker shit. It's really some sucker shit. It's all it is some cold sucker shit. I said it and do what you gotta do about it. But at the end of the day, it's sucker shit and it's a business and they gotta do what they gotta do. But I'm out, Slim. Y'all rock out. Hell of a show. I'm out.
Appreciate you.
Damn shame, man. Damn shame. People just don't care, man. Ari, what up? Ari.
Yeah, good morning, Ness. How you doing? What's up, Danny? How's it going?
What up, champ?
So I just read the article, the boxing scene article that Keith Idec, that he wrote. And in the same article, I mean, Ryan Garcia himself says, I usually walk in the ring around 148, so 146 is not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Oscar also kind of downplayed the whole rehydration clause, saying like, oh, they're both professionals, so that's not a big, it's not going to be a problem. I feel like this is the biggest fight in boxing, and we've been asking for this fight, and now we got it. So, I understand that Ryan, he put it out there. I guess it is kind of making excuses, or like not making excuses, kind of laying tracks, for the excuses to come if he gets knocked out. So this is the biggest fight in boxing. We got the fight, and I think we should just be happy that we got it. Now,
bro, how can you be happy if Ryan doesn't have a 100% chance?
But wait, Ness.
His probability has been shortened.
Ness. He personally said that it's not a big deal, and I'm just referring to the article, the boxing scene article that you referred to earlier in the show. He said that, hey, listen, Fight nights, I usually walk in. I mean, he walks in the ring around 148. He said 146 is not that big of a difference. So if he said this himself, then why should I, you know, say that is a bad thing? You know, a lot of
Because you
fighters,
know
a lot of
boxing,
fighters.
because you know boxing and you've been watching it for a long time and you've never seen any other fighter with the status of Tank, with the skill of Tank, with the power of Tank, need this many advantages over a non-champion. Non-champion.
Ryan, regardless if Ryan is a champion or not, he's still dangerous. And I've been saying this for a while. In those first I think in the first 4 to 5 rounds, I think Ryan is a dangerous fighter. He has power, he has speed, he has reach. So I think he is dangerous. If Ryan, I don't think Ryan's gonna
So we
win.
take away his advantages to ensure the win. That's what we
No,
saying.
I don't. No, no, that's not what I'm saying. Is not what I'm condoning. I'm just saying like this is, Coach Calvin Ford said, "Listen, we Ryan really wanted this fight. We threw whatever
Would
at
you
him, and
be
he said
okay?
yes."
Would you be okay with Deontay Wilder fighting Fury a fourth time, but telling him he can't weigh more than 220?
Wait. Deontay Wilder fighting Fury and telling Fury what?
That he can't weigh more than 220 on fight night. He got to be 220.
Bro, Fury came in at 270 for one of his fights, so I don't think that's even possible. I don't think Fury could get down to 220. That's ridiculous.
But that's the point. That's the point. He's a
Yeah, but
super
heavyweight boxing
He's
is
a
different.
super heavyweight. He's a super heavyweight, and Wilder had to suck it up and fight a dude 50-something pounds, 60-something
Yeah,
pounds
that's
heavier. Why?
that's heavyweight
Because
though.
no, it's not heavyweight. That's because they in the same weight class. It's not heavyweight. It's any weight class. Julio Cesar
Correct.
Chavez Jr. used to balloon up to 188 pounds as a middleweight. Look it up. Versus Sebastian Zvick and Andy Lee. Look it up. Like, what y'all talking about? It's cheating what they doing. If Ryan,
hold
Ryan could
on.
be 190 on fight night, that's his prerogative.
I don't think Ness. I don't think it's cheating. I think calling it cheating is too much. And the reason why I say that is because these were the terms
That
and
ain't
Ryan
no fair
agreed to
fight.
them.
That ain't no fair fight. A fight is a fight. You want to fight me, I want to fight you. Now you talking about you want to fight me? Okay, well, now you can't weigh this. All right, let's fight. You want to fight me? You still want to fight me? All right, well, then the night before, you also can't weigh this. You still want to fight me? Fuck it then. You ain't getting no rematch if you beat. I mean, if I beat you, you ain't getting no rematch. It sound weak, man. Y'all terrible.
Hold on. Ness. Traditionally, when there are same day weigh-ins, let's say that there's a rehydration clause, usually they weigh in the morning, like Danny was saying earlier. Traditionally, they weigh in the morning, right? And if let's say Ryan, let's say he weighs the day before 136, the next morning he weighs at 146, and then after that, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's up to I don't think that they're gonna weigh him in right before the ring or right before the fight. That doesn't make sense. Traditionally, the same day weigh in, they weigh in the morning of, whether it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or whatever. But and Ryan himself said it's not a big deal. So I don't understand why everybody else is making a big deal. He agreed to the terms, and we've been asking for this fight. We got the fight, and now we're complaining about it. But that's all I gotta say, man. Thank you for taking my call.
All right. I'm not justifying this by saying, oh, he took the fight. The fact that all of you guys, like, we are supposed to be fans of boxing. One person beating the other person. Jay Miller, I'm going to time you out, even as a member, because you're so stupid you don't know the sport. This is nothing like Canelo. Canelo only had a rehydration. That's it. This is 2-1. You never heard of this, bro.
Ness, if the argument is always going to be a whataboutism, the issue is still not being addressed because no one said that we liked it when Canelo did it either. I think both of us never praised Canelo for doing catchweights or rehydration clauses. So the whole whataboutism argument still doesn't address this is what it is, right? And I don't know. I read the article, and I don't know if Boxing Scene worded it improperly. So I don't know if they're going to weigh him in the locker room hours before the fight. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't know if that's the
All
case.
we can do is go off what they printed, and what they printed say,
Yeah, because we
oh,
didn't
he
hear
walks
Ryan.
into the ring.
You have the power. It'd be great for you to ask Ryan yourself what are the exact stipulations of that rehydration clause. I do suspect the
Ryan
the next
don't
day.
fuck with us.
Oh, he doesn't. I didn't know that. I thought everyone fucked with the boxing voice, but that's just my assumption.
They should. They should.
Here's a quote. Here's a quote from Tank. Gervonta Davis. It doesn't really matter. There's no weight limit for Barrios on fight night. I just wonder why. Like, I just want people to be the fucking same. Like, be down the middle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, this is nervous energy. This is nervous energy. I don't see nothing else but that. That's what I smell.
There's concern here. There's definitely concern here. It's evident. But let me just ask you this, and I hate being this guy, because Tank is an excellent fighter. There's no taking that away from him. Anyone that watches him fight, you could tell he's a great fighter. But can we argue the way he's been moved, that the whole team has shown some confidence issues, like the fact that he's never had that really standout fight like Tio had Lomachenko.
Honestly, Beeb, I'm baffled why this is happening. His resume is leaps and bounds above anything Ryan has done, in my opinion. I know what you said.
You can argue that through experience.
I know what you said, but look at it. Like, Ryan sent an offer to Isaac Cruz, someone that Tank fought and beat with one hand. Tank beat Pedraza, a two-time champ. Tank beat Leo. Tank beat Rolly, who's a strong guy. Yeah, he never won a world title, but he's a strong guy. Like, I don't understand. Like, your resume doesn't.
He was interim, right?
Oh, he was an interim, but his resume doesn't indicate that he should be nervous to what Ryan is bringing to the table.
But my argument's always been, he's fought good fighters, but he's never fought the guy.
But right? How is Ryan the guy? He never won a world title.
He's not the guy either.
So why you need all these stipulations?
But here's my argument to support what you're saying. Do you think Ryan is going to be where Tank is? So Ryan's 24, Tank's 28, right? So obviously Tank started a little bit early. He's got more experience. For Tank being 28 and being as good as he is, shouldn't he be leaps and bounds resume-wise above where he is right now? When you got guys like Devin Haney and Teofimo,
but that's the thing.
But even Shakur, you look at those three young guys who are even younger than Tank, they got better resumes than Tank.
Oh, so, man. I love this game. I want to play that game because I think you're wrong. I think Tank has the best resume in and around those divisions, bro. In and around. Like, everybody in boxing, like, you will be lucky if you have 2 great wins. Then 2 good wins. Like, you might get a great win and a good win. What's a great win? Floyd over Oscar, great win. You know, Pacquiao over Marquez, great win. Marquez over Pacquiao, great win. Bradley over Marquez, great win. You know what I mean? But your good wins, Campbell over Ryan over Campbell, good win. Martin over Michelle Rivera, good win. It's hard for you to get 2 great wins, let alone 2 good wins. Tank has Pedraza, that's a 2-time champ. Then he got Leo, a 4-time champ. Like, who Shakur got? He beat Joet. He beat Nakatilia. None of those dudes are champs.
Valdez in a unification.
Okay, Valdez.
But this is where this is where the subjectivity comes in, because this is how you have this battle with the Fury fans and the AJ fans. I'm a huge Fury fan, but I will concede one point. Fury's 2 best wins are better than any of Joshua's wins, in my opinion, but Joshua has more consistency with solid wins.
I'm with you on that.
So you can make that argument with Tank. He's beaten solid guys. But like Haney, Tio, and Shakur have that standout win. Tank at 28 has yet to have that standout win, in my opinion.
For me, Teofimo's win over Loma is not, we don't know if it's a fluke. Because before that fight, he looked shaky with Nakatani. He has that fight. He doesn't give the man a rematch. Then he doesn't fight. He doesn't fight Devin for undisputed. Then he chooses to fight Kambosos and loses and gets dropped. And then you come back, you fight Pedro Campa, and you look bad versus Sandor Martin. I mean,
Tio, in my opinion, may never be champion again.
He's like this right now. He's a really rough scene.
Bandwagon. I'm officially off the Teofimo bandwagon, and it's all because of this and his dad. I mean that's all well and good, but I'm just looking at the what is, not the what is going to be. So if I'm looking at the what is and not the what is going to be, I have to assess it that way. You know what I mean? So I have to ask myself why they stopped at a specific level of opposition and they didn't go above that. If I'm looking at Tank's resume,
could you think? Because a lot of people feel this way. Could you think that it wasn't Tank or his team, but it was really like Floyd and the promotion?
I think it was Floyd in the promotion, but at the end of the day, and then this is in defense of Tank. Everyone wants to yell at these fighters and criticize these fighters, but if they're being incentivized,
one of y'all got a TV on in the back.
Yeah, let me see if I can fix that.
I'll take a call in the meantime. Let me get to Feliciano. You got ESPN. You about to get me flagged, B.
Yo, no, he watching. I heard John Morant's name. John Morant been watching too much BMF.
Feliciano, you there?
John Morant thinks he's Big Meech, and he thinks his brother's Terry from the show, man.
Feliciano, going once. Suave House.
Yo, Ness, what up? Daddy, what up?
What up?
What up, champ?
Man, I'm sitting here listening, bro, and Ness, I agree with you 100%, bro. Like the whole rehydration shit and the whole stipulations of the contract is some wild shit. It's unheard of. It's just wild as fuck because it's like, damn, that's a lot to be asking from a dude who already admitted that he walk around a fucking welterweight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he entered the ring a welterweight. You know what I'm saying? That shit is kind of crazy. At the same time, it's like we kind of creating the fucking you can't really say, well, he signed the contract. You can say he signed the contract, so get over it. It's like you signed it. You knew what it was. All these loops and hoops, we know why he was doing it. We know, you know what I'm saying, the obstacles that they trying to put in front, whether to stop the fight from happening or whatever the case. Whatever the case
to make it impossible to win.
To make it impossible to win. Impossible or to make you fold when it comes to the fight. You chose not to fold. That's the first obstacle you overcame. You know what I'm saying? So now that that's happened, it's like, don't mention it now. Don't mention that part.
No. It got to get mentioned. It got to get mentioned. All the fans need to know that this Superman.
Yeah, and he let them know that. He let them know that.
This big knockout puncher needs all these fucking stipulations so he can ensure the knockout.
Listen, he let them, and it was known. He let it be known. So now us as fans, we can't keep creating a narrative. We ain't gonna open the lane up for that to be the reason. It's
open.
Because
it's open.
He did say
it's open.
He did say. Listen. Ryan did say he was gonna get Tank out of there in 2 rounds.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
That was before. They sent him a contract. That was before they sent him a contract and said he can't weigh 135. Remember?
The first half of the fight, Ryan running through motherfuckers. Tank starts slow. The first half of the fight, you said you was gonna get him out of there in 2 rounds, and then you got the whole first half of the fight to get him up out of there. I'm not saying it's gonna happen.
But Suave, how could I get you out in 2 rounds if you draining me and you ain't letting me rehydrate?
Come on, man. You ain't that fucking drained, bro.
Oh, man,
you got a camp leading up to the fight all this time.
Bruh,
you getting yourself
do you understand this the first time? Bro. You understand this the first time it's ever been done? You understand that?
No, I'm not saying it's the first time. It's a lot of weird shit happening in contract.
No.
But you chose to sign, bro.
You
wanted to fight that bad, so you can't
open. You
Yo,
can't try to say,
Can
yo,
I say one
I'm
thing?
drained,
Can
bro.
I say one thing real quick? Do you think they gave him the worst possible contract, thinking that maybe he won't sign?
Hell
You think
yeah.
they?
No, no.
Hell yeah. They
No,
thought he
bro.
wasn't gonna
Nah.
sign this shit. They
They,
thought he
Hell
wasn't
nah,
gonna
bro.
sign it.
They've been dragging their feet on this for a while. They've been dragging their feet on this for a while.
If this was the original contract, have we not seen revisions already? We already seen that they
Danny,
wanted
but
the
Danny,
fucking rematch.
Danny.
They wanted the rematch, which we have never seen. We have never seen that.
One-way rematch clause, Danny. Now they add this in.
The TV
This
rights,
thing,
though. The TV rights. We ain't
yeah,
never
but
seen
this
that
thing,
shit.
but they
We've
conceded
never
quick
seen
on.
that shit.
They conceded quick on the TV rights. The zone don't. The zone
Man, it's
conceded
been a
quick.
lot of funny shit going on with contracts and boxing all year.
Never this funny.
It's been
Never
a
this
lot of
funny.
funny shit going on, bro.
Never
So
this
we
funny.
all can agree that contracts been on some bullshit. We don't agree to half of the fight or half of the stipulations that's been in this paperwork, bro.
It ain't
We
never
don't know.
been
We don't
this
agree with that
crazy.
shit. But at the same time, if you take the fucking fight, you can't try to say, all right, well, look, I took it, but
Yeah, but you know why they're
if
doing
shit
that?
goes
This is why
left,
he's doing that. This is why he's doing that. Because it makes the win even better now, because I did this in spite of all this bullshit. He's trying to
you mentioned it. You mentioned it in the conference. You mentioned it in the press conference. All right, cool. You mentioned it. But don't ride it. You ain't gotta mention that shit in
Nah,
every
we
interview.
riding
Don't
that
ride that
shit.
wave.
We riding
Don't
that
ride that
shit.
wave, especially if you've been talking shit. You said you was going to put him out in 2 rounds, all this
Bruh.
different type shit.
Oh
So
my
don't ride
God.
the clause shit
Bruh,
now,
what is you
bro.
talking
That shit
about?
is corny.
Swab, what are you
That shit
talking
is
about?
corny, bro.
Yo, it's like, yo, you been talking shit. So since
I'm
you
not
talking
saying I
shit,
agree with the contract.
tie
I
your
don't
hand
agree
behind
with
your
the whole.
back. You talking
Cool.
shit, so tie
Listen,
your hand behind
I'm
your
not
back
saying
so we
tie
can
your
fight.
hand behind your back, and I'm
That's
not
what
saying
they
that I
doing.
agree with the. I'm not listen. I'm not saying that I agree with the method of the contract. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I agree with the whole process of the contract. Listen,
This is
listen to me out.
sad, bro.
I'm not saying that I agree with tanking it with what they doing. It was some corny shit for sure, 100%. But once we in negotiations, and I say, all right, man. Fuck it. Y'all gonna do that? All right, whatever. Fuck it. I'm gonna sign it. Cool. Because I'm gonna beat your ass anyway. I'm not gonna ride the whole fact that, all right, man, they draining me though. So just keep in mind that they draining me. My strength is from within, and this is like, come on, bro. That shit is corny to do that too.
It's
Especially
psychological
when you've been
warfare
talking
because
shit.
It ain't corny.
You flip
It
it
ain't
on
corny.
Man, that
Hey
shit is
Swab, I gotta go.
It's corny on.
I gotta
I
go.
bet you do.
No, because you don't get it. How you gonna call someone corny, right? For talking shit and for wanting to fight. So now I'm talking shit. And I wanna fight you, and you like, all right, let's fight, but tie your hand behind your back. That's what's corny. I just wanna fight. You wanna negotiate, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
If anyone's being objective, they gotta see this for what it is.
Bro, they don't want to.
They gotta see this for what it is, man. This is looking for an advantage. And you hit the nail right on the head. This guy's never been a champion before. He's 24 years old. He ain't that guy that you need to do this against. You 100% right
He
on that.
never won a belt. Like, what are we afraid of? And why are we defending it? First, Ryan was a teeny bopper, a model. He ain't a real fighter. He a YouTuber. He a TikToker. Now, all of a sudden, he a real champ. He a fucking threat. Put a rehydration. Put a catchweight. No fucking rematch. Fuck it. Let's make it the worst contract in boxing history.
They didn't want him to take the fight, Ness.
Come on, man.
Now May 5th.
That was Devin Haney.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Devin ain't had no catchweight. Imagine Devin with a catchweight and a rehydration clause, the way he be looking at weigh-ins.
Yeah, I mean, Oscar was able to stay with the network. He grew his fan base on. He was able to stay with the promoter who's been promoting him throughout his career. You get what I'm saying? So he didn't have to leave this country. You get what I'm saying? Unless we have to wait till fight week, but unless we see, members from his corner be arrested upon arrival to Las Vegas, I would say it's a little bit different, Sam.
I love how you defend your guys, man. You got to defend everybody, man.
Let me ask you this, Danny. Let me ask you this, Danny.
To anybody who represents the boxing boys, brother, I'm taking April 22nd off. I don't want to attend the fight. So if any of my other correspondents want the credential, I won't be doing the live chat. I'm taking the day off. That's my one vacation day this year. Because
Danny,
I
let
don't
me
even
ask
want
you
to see
this,
the fight
Danny.
anymore. I'm
Let
not
me
gonna
ask you this,
lie.
Danny.
An hour and a half of this show has left me with zero interest to see this fight.
Yeah,
Danny,
because
let
you
me
don't
ask you
like
this, Danny.
facts.
Does this fight get done?
No, it
Does
ain't
this
even
fight
the
get done
fact,
without
bro. It's
Ryan
just that,
without Ryan conceding to everything? Does this fight get done without Ryan conceding to everything?
Hell no.
fuck no.
This fight would be Earl Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford if Ryan don't accept all the bullshit. And that's what people don't see. You can't accept this. You can't sit here and be like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. The next fight gonna be just as hard to make. Now all of a sudden, Errol and Bud in a catchweight. And Bud gotta motherfucking tie his hand behind his back. Like this not boxing. He's steady talking about, oh, you can't be talking shit and then crying. Bruh, I'm crying because I was talking shit. I wanted a fair fucking fight. A fair fight. A fair fight.
Is it this ironic? Best versus the best, but I don't want you at your best.
Exactly.
Yo,
exactly.
I got a question. Though. I have a question. And you know what I'm saying? I don't really care. I personally don't care about the stipulations. I've said it. I feel that you signed that dotted line. You knew what you were signing up for. That being said, though, let me ask you guys this. Do you feel that Ryan is deserving? You guys feel that he's deserving to be
you
in this
deserve what
position?
you can negotiate, Danny, in this world. Right?
He deserved that motherfucking rehydration clause. He deserved that fucking catchweight. He deserves all that shit.
And he gonna let you know. He gonna let you know that I accepted all this shit, and in spite of it all, I'm still gonna win. That's why he's doing this, Danny. That's why he's doing this, Danny. It only enhances the win, Danny. It only enhances the win on his part. So these people that saying, why is he saying it? Because it makes his win look better. That's why he's doing this, Danny. I'd be saying it every 5 minutes.
Because only Floyd, only Devin, and now Ryan. Only Floyd, only Devin, and now Ryan have taken these crazy ass contracts.
So let me ask you this, right? If he's doing it because it's gonna make him look better, why isn't he complaining about it? Why is he actually? Oh no, it's no problem at all.
Is he complaining about it, or is he using it to minimize Tank's confidence? That's the question you got to ask, Danny. If this guy's so bad, this guy's the monster, this guy's such a beast, right? He's so much better than me. Then why he need all that?
Exactly.
This is a psychological ploy, Danny.
Exactly.
This is making Tank question his own confidence, and it's making me question Tank's confidence. Tank's got this weighing on his mind. Then he's got that May 5th sentencing coming up. I think Ryan Garcia is going to box Tank's ears off.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. All I know is I never expected all these stipulations from Tank. He the puncher. He the devastating guy. He the one everybody talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make no sense. But I got to see why people the counterpunch.
Yo, I can't hear shit. Y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. All right. Look, I got a counterpunch. Mix this shit together. And if I go over, just build me. First, I want to say what's up to Beebs. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you so much, man. Nice to hear from you, brother.
Don't thank me. Don't thank me. I was being sarcastic. I don't like nothing you say, and I don't even like you.
That's fine.
Listen,
You
man,
don't have to
I
like
look at
what
it
I'm
like
saying.
this.
This is what freedom of speech is about, brother. I'm freedom of speech.
Good. You right. Yeah, no, you right. You one of them freedom of speeches. You right. And your freedom of speech just got your ass whooping. You don't even know it yet, but it's coming. It's funny because it's hard to even respect a dude who really wants us to believe that Ryan could win when you're trying to make Ryan better than what he is. Right? If Ryan gonna win, he gonna win. You ain't got to downplay Tank and make it seem like Ryan's resume is better and all this. You ain't got to do that if you really think Ryan gonna win. Like, we always catch that. We've been doing this for a long time here. We know that when you put down the other dude to big your dude up, you really don't believe in your dude. If your dude, that guy, talk about how good he is, Don't sit there and try to convince us like we stupid that all of a sudden Luke Campbell is this world beater. Ain't nobody gonna believe that shit. You fucking up Ryan argument. Cause Ryan don't even agree with that. Ryan don't agree with half the shit you saying about Ryan. That's the weird part. Secondly, this is what I'm gonna add. I was looking up some shit because I
We
do
don't know
research.
that. We don't know that. You ain't never talked to
I
Ryan.
do know that. I do know
You
that.
don't know
He
that.
said
You
it.
don't know
He
that.
said in the press conference. He said in the press conference. He didn't mention shit about no fucking Luke Campbell. He didn't mention nothing about this great win and great resume that you talking
My
about. He
opinion,
didn't say
brother.
nothing like that.
It's my opinion, man.
And your opinion is not Ryan's opinion. That's what I'm trying to say. You're the only person to
I
believe that
agree.
shit. Talking
I
about,
agree.
well, it's an argument. It's an argument. Everything's an argument. Everything's a fucking argument.
That's what we're here for. We
Beyonce not being a
debating,
good
right?
singer
We
is a
debating,
fucking
right?
argument. Michael
We
Jordan not
debating.
being a
We
great
debating.
basketball player is an argument. Everything's an argument if a motherfucker want to argue. See, you forgot that part. Everything's an argument if somebody wants to argue with your ass. I was looking up this shit. It's called manipulation. It said, where many fans will find hypocrisy in Canelo's actions in his history with weight manipulation throughout his career. This started with this fight against Alfredo Angulo, where the contract weight was 154. The day before the fight, Alvarez paid Angulo 100K to raise it to 155. The Mexican phenom would then take on 4 consecutive fights at 155. Lara, James Kirkland, Miguel Cotto, and Amir Khan. In the fight with Lara, look, I ain't got to keep going. Then you add on Kovalev. These are just articles and facts. I heard less crying from you bitches over those 8 fights that I've heard in 24 hours over Tank's one. I want my brothers in the chat to listen. Listen to how these motherfuckers look at y'all. When you take the advantages of the same person that Ryan Garcia idolized and was in his camp, it's a problem. Why is it a problem? But it wasn't a problem for him to be in the camp with the same dude who created this shit. But now it's a problem when it's done to you. Nah, brothers. Fuck that. Let's unite. Let's do the same thing everybody else been doing. Stepping on us to get ahead. We stepping on their motherfucking ass to get ahead. Don't sign the contract. Don't fight. We don't give a fuck. We still showing up to see Tank fight whoever the fuck they put in front of him. CYP out. Eat a dick. EA Sports.
A lot of anger there, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know where
Yeah.
why that anger is there.
I mean, you know why? Because their favorite fighter put them in that position.
Danny, before you go, let me say one thing. Before you go, let me say one thing, Danny.
Go ahead.
You say one thing, Danny, and I'll shut my mouth. Ness has known me since 2009. I've been talking shit about catchweight since Manny Pacquiao was doing them. Ness knows that. Go ahead, Danny. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, brother.
Yeah, no. You're good. You're good. I wanted to ask, wasn't it? And I could be wrong. You know, I'm not. I've honestly never seen the kid headline. I've only seen him on undercard, so I've never even seen Ryan headline a card. So I could be wrong here, but wasn't it Ryan that said that it was Fortuna who requested the 140-pound weight limit for the last fight and not him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone confirmed that yesterday
that.
too.
I don't know the answer to that.
So essentially, making 36 should never be an issue, or shouldn't be an issue for this one, right? If the last one wasn't even.
Danny, this is my argument. This is where Ness and I disagree.
Dude.
I honestly don't believe it's going to be an issue, but it is a bad look for Tank that this is all being put out there, and people know about this because it makes it look like you need some type of advantage over this guy. And Ness put this perfectly. 24 years old, not a world champion. You have more experience than him. You are almost a 3-1 favorite in this fight. This is without the revelation of the catch weight. You are already a 3-1 favorite going in.
Word is born.
I mean, we gotta call it for what it is. It makes it look.
They don't
like
want to even fight.
Concerned.
They don't want to even
it
fight.
It look like you concerned, man.
They don't want to even fight.
And then Ryan is saying these negotiations went on for so long. He just said, "Fuck it, I'll agree to everything." So this guy did everything above and beyond to make this fight, right? And I'm gonna give Tank credit. He took the fight, but he put a boatload of stipulations.
And he gave him, Tank did his part though. He gave him the fucking rematch. The TV rights for the rematch. That shit don't happen.
He got to win the fight. He got to win the fight just to get that.
Who does that?
Yo, so because of that, so if you want the TV rights, yeah, it's a one way. One way,
right?
One way.
I mean, what does that tell you, bro?
Bro, for a dude that never won a world title, he never won a world title.
Majority of A sides are doing both ways. What I'm saying is that they don't. Nobody gives up the TV rights.
Danny, check this out. Danny, check this out. Tell me if I'm wrong. Danny, check this out.
Why couldn't we just get a regular fight?
Danny, tell me if I'm wrong. Tank said it out his own mouth. Ryan is going to be the best guy I ever fought. Think about that. He never said that about any of these dudes. He's concerned about this fight. There is some doubt in that mind. There's less doubt in Ryan Garcia's mind because you know why? He's accepting all this shit. And I'm going to win in spite of this. That's Ryan Garcia's mantra.
No, look, I've never believed that he was going to win the fight before the stipulations. You know, I don't find him to be what everybody else thinks of him.
You could be right, Danny. You could be right.
12 atrocious rounds with Emmanuel to go where he didn't cut off the ring one time. You know, we had Emmanuel on the show, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. He was talking. The way he was talking, I'm like, yeah, Ryan's gonna get him out of there in a couple. I just feel that when it comes to this fight, not just did you sign for it, right? But at the end of the day, your last fight, you wasn't even trying to fight at 40. So really, you fighting at the weight you supposed to be fighting at. There's a rehydration clause. I believe. And, you know, we'll get confirmation as, but I believe that I'm right and that the weigh-in will occur how it's occurred historically in the mornings. Now, if Oscar and Ryan sign some unheard of shit, we weighing in the moment we step into the locker room before we get our hands ready.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, Danny. I kind of agree with you, Danny. I agree with you on this one, Danny.
But you know, Ness has a point because I for sure thought, you know, the way it's worded, it does make it unclear. But if
it was worded the way the way it was worded, Ness is right. It's left open the way Ness is right.
And look, Ness is over here saying shit that ain't never happened, but it can happen. There's always a first for everything. If Ness is right and they sign for them to weigh in, brother, I hope he get everything he got coming to him because that's some dumbass shit. That's some dumbass shit.
He wanted to fight, Danny.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying it's some shit we ain't never heard of.
This is exactly why Crawford didn't take the deal. Because he's going to have to hear motherfuckers like you on popular shows talking about this some dumbass shit.
Yeah,
you took a no guarantee. You dumbass motherfucker. This motherfucker make bad decisions. He make bad decisions. He don't know how to do business. He dumb. He took a non-guarantee. He took a non-guarantee because that's what fucking Mayweather and Ryan and Devin have to do. Take shit contracts. And you guys keep making it okay. Look, I just want to get, there's dozens of callers. Let me just get to a few of them.
Did we shit on Devin when he took his contract, or did we not praise him for signing a slave contract and going to Australia twice, having to sign?
And we shit on Kambosos. And we shit on Kambosos, and we talk about the contract. See, you, on the other hand, because it ain't your favorite fighter, you want to sweep this under the rug. Let's not talk about it. We didn't, every chance we got, we talked about how Devin had to go to fucking Australia, how his father wasn't allowed. But this one, yo, let's not talk about it. He signed this, so what? With Devin, it was like, oh my God, he's such a saint. Look at the horrible contract he took. But with Ryan, yo, fuck it, he signed it. Let his dumb ass get whatever's coming to him. You ain't called Devin dumb. Devin wasn't dumb.
I'm not calling Ryan dumb.
No, yes you did. You called him a dumbass. You said let his dumbass get whatever's coming to him.
No, I said.
Come on, man, you biased, bro. That shit is sad. You don't even watch the show back.
Is he dumb or is he taking a calculated risk? Which one is it?
No, he's dumb and Devin's smart. He's dumb and Devin's smart.
If they sign a step on the scale before what came out Ness mouth, when they step in the locker room,
the way the article is worded, it leaves it open to interpretation. We don't know.
No, it does.
We don't know. I suspect.
I'll stand on that shit.
I suspect. I'm agreeing with you, Danny. I suspect it's going to be the morning.
We've seen catchweights. We've seen rehydration clauses off the top, have we seen it in one fight? No. But we ain't
Danny.
never seen nobody step on a fucking scale in the locker
Danny.
room. Not for no
Danny.
official.
Danny, here's the thing, Danny.
Bruh,
You can have all the
sad,
contracts
man,
if you want. You can have all the contracts if you want. One thing that's not being mentioned here: if the commission says it decides to step in and say, "Nah, we're doing this second day weigh-in at 9 in the morning," fuck what that contract says, because the commission's going to override that for health and safety. So that's another thing we're leaving out. The commission steps in and says this second day weigh-in is 9 in the morning, and that's that. Then that second day weigh-in is 9 in the morning.
I can tell you for a fact, living in Nevada, I have attended obviously UFC weigh-ins as well. UFC for years have done ceremonial weigh-ins, meaning only media and the commission's allowed at the official weigh-in early morning, maybe 20 people in the room, and then you have, hundreds or thousands of fans at the ceremonial. For a big fight coming up here in Vegas, they just try to do that. They had to write into the commission, hey, we would like to do a ceremonial weigh-in for this fight. And you get what I'm saying? There's a whole process. So let's not forget, this is Vegas. It's not going to get any more strict with the commission.
It was the same thing with the Jake Paul Hasim Rahman situation. What did the commission do? They stepped in and said, nah, this fight is at 210 or it doesn't happen. So I know what Ness is saying. He's right in the way that article is worded. It does kind of leave it suggest that it's going to be that way. I believe that second day weigh-in is going to be at 9 in the morning. So that gives him another 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours, whatever the case may be, to rehydrate. I think one way or the other, he'll probably be about 150 the night of the fight. That's my opinion.
Let me get to Q and North. What up, Q?
Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good?
Chilling.
Yo, real talk, yo. I think everybody missing the fact that this whole shit is happening because these motherfuckers ain't at the same weight. Like, why we acting like they at the same weight? Like, Ryan know he was at 140 and he calling Tank out. I know Tank fought at 140, fine. But the motherfucker found out that he probably shouldn't have been doing that because he almost lost the fight. And so maybe he shouldn't be fighting 5'10" motherfuckers at 140 pounds. Maybe that's a little bit too high for him. So Ryan knew he was at 140, yet he constantly, I want the Tank fight. I want the Tank fight. You bigger than this motherfucker. You outgrew 135 where Tank campaigned at.
Bruh,
like,
but your argument makes no sense. Listen,
but here's the problem.
It's
He's
not
been calling him out for
Ryan
3 years,
didn't.
even
But
when he was
brother,
135.
but brother,
He's been calling him out
Ryan,
for 3 years.
Ryan isn't the one asking to fight at 136, bro. Just like Tank ain't asking to defend his belt. Bruh, it is Tank's contract. It don't matter what Ryan want to fight at.
He didn't wait till he was 140 to call out Tank. He's been calling Tank out for 3 years, even before he was at 140, bro. That's a flawed argument, with all due respect, man. He's been calling him out for 3 years. It ain't like he just woke up yesterday and said, I'm moving to 140. I'm gonna call out Tank. He's been calling Tank out for 3 years.
The fight is happening now. The fight happening now. He a free agent now, and he can fight whoever he want now. He was with Mayweather. They didn't want him to fight him, whatever. The fight happening now, right? So if Ryan grew out of the weight and now
he never grew out of the weight, man. Fortuna,
fighting at 140, no?
brother, Fortuna asked for the fight to be at 140, man.
How many fights Ryan had at 140?
One.
How many times he announced that he was moving up to 140?
Is it 1 or 2? Did he fight to go at 140 as well? 2. He fought to go there too.
I don't think so.
He was like 138 for to go, and he was 140 on the nose for Fortuna.
He said out of his mouth that he was at 140, growing out of the weight and all of that. So is Tank supposed to move up to 140 and then as a 135 pounder?
He already did fight at 140.
Bruh, why you acting like he ain't fight Barrios, man? Why you acting like he ain't fight Barrios?
Why are we supposed to erase that Barrios fight, bro? Why are we supposed to do that?
I already dismissed that. He fought Barrios at 140, yeah. He almost lost because the size was too much.
Almost
5'10",
lost? Bruh, you crazy? Bruh, listen,
Barrios,
honestly, he beat Barrios better than anybody ever beat Barrios. He got more
Agreed.
knockdowns than Keith
Because it's not
allegedly
yeah,
won Tom Thurman. He's allegedly a welterweight. He couldn't knock down Barrios, but Tank dropped him and stopped him.
Yeah, Tank
Come
beat
on, man.
Tank
Y'all
Tank beat
protecting,
him.
man. That's your call, man. That's your call. You get 3 minutes. You're going to have to get a counter punch. Y'all tripping with this protection. It's out of control. Rob, North Carolina, what up? This shit
Yeah, what's
crazy.
going on, Ness?
What's goody?
Yeah, what's going on is when it comes to people's favorite fighter, they just want them to win, man. Like they don't care about them beating the best fighter. They don't care about them putting people at a disadvantage. Like they don't care about seeing the best fight the best. Like it's just get them a winnable fight. I just want my fighter to win. I don't care how he do it. It could be fucked up shit in the contract. It can make the fight. It's like they don't want their fighters to have to do anything to make a fight. And they okay with their fighter making it harder to make a fight. You know what I'm saying? It's no problem. And I get it because it's like PBC's headed by Al Heyman, Mayweather, and everybody want to support that whole company and they love Spence and they love Tank. So they just want to support them at all costs and just whatever they do, just make it okay. But you got to be a fan of boxing first, man. That's what a lot of these people ain't. Like me being a fan of boxing, I'm also a fan of certain boxers. I like Terrence Crawford. I want to see him fight Spence. You see what I'm saying? Like I want him to fight the best, win, lose, or draw. I want to know if he's what I think he is. Like these fighters don't care if they like the fighter, they just want them to win, and they don't care if they fight the best people that's out there. Just fight a winnable fight. Just win. As long as they keep winning, they can just keep saying they're the best without them actually even fighting the best, and they don't give a fuck. And that's because this shit is not about boxing no more, man. People just fanboy. They just fan of their favorite fighters. They do the same. They do that shit with anybody, pretty much. That's how it is now. It's not boxing where you just gonna get a bunch of people fighting the best people. It's like you can fight a bunch of bullshit people, stack that record up, get a bunch of knockouts, and we're gonna try to call you one of the best in fucking history or something. Like, knock it off, man. And the shit Tank doing is just bullshit. It does show that his handlers are scared that he might catch an L. If Ryan wouldn't have took the bullshit, the fight wouldn't have got made. Tank would have went on to fight somebody else, and nobody would have been like, Ryan ain't signed a contract. Same way they say Bud ain't signing a contract, and same way they was getting on Anthony Joshua. Like, if it's Wilder, Tank, or Errol Spence, they don't give a fuck. They just want them to win. That's their favorite fighter, and they sticking by them regardless of what the fuck they do.
Crazy.
That's it.
All right, champ. Thanks for calling in. I got Mike. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so check it out. Let's just be objective here. At the end of the day, what is the whole purpose of the rehydration clause? The whole purpose is for the advantage for Tank Davis. We want to know who the best is. You know, we don't want to be hearing about anybody being handicapped. And at the end of the day, I'm a fan of both fighters, but this is a handicap for Ryan Garcia, and I don't want to hear this bullshit about, well, he signed the contract and all that. Guys, he wanted the fight. He went through everything just to make this fight happen. If not, like you guys said, it would have been the same shit that we're getting right now with Spence and Crawford. So, Danny, I know you ride hard for Tank, and I like Tank too. But at the end of the day, this is a handicap for Ryan Garcia, and it's not an excuse. It's just what it is. Oh, come on, Danny. Every time I hear you, you ride hard for Tank all the time. And it's okay, man. We all have our favorite fighters.
Bro,
I don't give a shit. Even Canelo did it, and we don't agree with
the world of Ryan don't mean that I'm riding for Tank.
No.
Huh?
People say it because it's in your interviews and all the time that you're on the podcast, and it's fine. We all have our favorite fighters, but at the end of the day, if something is wrong, it's wrong. I'm a big fan of Canelo, but when he does this bullshit, I mean, come on, man. You know you're gonna hear from people all the time, and you know what? It's bullshit. It's bullshit whenever he does it. It's bullshit when anybody does it.
I love Tyson Fury, but if he don't fight Usyk, it's going to be a bad look for him. I love Tyson Fury.
Exactly.
Since you've heard me say it on the interviews, I'll tell you what. I get paid on Monday, champ. You get my entire paycheck. The interview you find where I say Tank my favorite fighter. Because you just said I say it on the
I
shows
didn't say he's your favorite fighter. I said that you ride hard for him. I said you ride hard for him.
He said you ride hard. He didn't say you said he's a favorite fighter.
Yeah, I never
No,
said that,
He,
Danny. I
you
said you
legit
ride
said I
hard
know
for
he's your
Tank.
favorite fighter. So
Danny,
so
is
find
Tank
me the
is Tank in your
interview.
top? Is Tank in your top five? Let me ask you that. Is Tank in your
Pound for
top five?
pound, pound for pound.
No, just favorite fighters. Is he in your top five favorite fighters right now?
Yeah, fighting right now, I would say he probably top five. That I
All
enjoy
right.
watching. Yeah.
All right. So
He's
so
not
there
top. He's
is there
not
a
top
slight
five pound for pound.
is
He's
there a
not top
slight
five pound for
bias,
pound.
Danny?
Hey yo,
Danny, is there a slight bias?
No, I mean I feel like there's
Be
always going to
honest.
be a
There's
slight bias.
just a little.
Yeah,
Is there
yeah.
a smidgen of a bias, Danny?
No, and that's what I was saying. There's always going to be a slight bias. Like I've seen Tank in camp. I know how hard he works. I've never seen Ryan in camp, but I've also seen Tank fight, and I've seen levels above what I've seen.
Have you
from
met
Ryan.
Tank Davis? Have you met Tank Davis?
Yeah, I've seen him in camp.
You shake
like,
his
in
hand.
person.
You shake his hand. Right there, Danny. Is a
Ha!
bias. I'm
Hey,
just playing. I'm
look,
playing with you, Danny.
Tank made.
No, look. I mean,
Yeah, look.
I've seen
That's no.
Yo,
That's
let
no.
him
No,
finish his
you
call.
play
Let him
that.
finish
You
his
get what I'm
call.
saying?
Go ahead, Mike.
No. I just wanted to say, hey, Danny, it's all right, man. You know, what I mean, we all have our favorite fighters. At the end of the day, when you know, we're calling it how it is, guys. It's how it is. You know, we're gonna
Again,
debate
so
about it.
since I
That's
said
fine.
that's my favorite fighter, brother, go find it. Make yourself some money. Go find it. Send it to me, and then you gonna make yourself some money. My whole paycheck on Monday is yours. You just gotta find it. We do 2 shows a day. I'm sure it shouldn't be hard,
Yeah, but he never said that you said that's your favorite fight. He said you go
bro.
hard.
He legit just repeated it. Are you hard of hearing?
No, but it
Danny,
don't matter what he
Danny,
repeated.
Danny.
He cleared it up and told you that. But it is
There
what it
is
is.
over 12,000 registered boxers worldwide. You put Tank in your top five, man. Out of 12,000, you put someone in your top five, man. That says something, right, Ness?
It does. Beep, you got the TV on. What's up? Killing me. JT, Coach JT, Dallas.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, look. All right. First of all, I think Tank is in every out of all the popular fighters right now he's in probably everybody top five for popularity. Y'all keep saying this is the biggest fight in boxing, which I don't think it is, but I heard that on the show a lot that this is supposed to be the biggest fight. So this what happens when big fights being made.
Never like
CYP
this though, JT.
CYP already cleared said something about Canelo. I was gonna use that tactic because Canelo did it numerous of times, and I never heard the two people that's always not going at
So I don't
Tank
want to
about it.
take your
Never heard.
call. I don't want to take your call, but I don't think you've been informed. This is not like Canelo. This is a first of its kind. No one in boxing history has ever had a
Canelo did have weight.
rehydration and a catchweight and
Oh,
a one-way rematch.
well, listen, a rehydration and a catch weight is something. It's still a advantage to that fighter. So Canelo done it before for
But never
advantage
both
and
at
numerous of
once,
fights.
JT. Never both at once. Don't you get that? Never
I heard,
both
I
at
heard what you,
once.
Ness, I hear what you're saying, but it's still at advantage if you use one of them. It doesn't matter
Holy
if two
shit.
of them, one of them is still at advantage. You also say, I heard y'all say Ryan been fighting at how many fights he had at 140?
2. They
All
say to
right, so
go and
he just
Javier.
moved up from 130. He just moved up from 135. So the catchweight's supposed to be at 136, correct?
Yes.
So it shouldn't be no big deal if he's not even a 140 pounder yet. That's what y'all trying to sit here and say. 136 shouldn't be a big deal at all. All right. Second thing, I heard a guy say about Ryan brought that up, and he didn't bring it up. So when he wins, he brought it up when he loses. So if Tank beats him, knocks him out, they're gonna blame the
Well,
weight
well,
clause. They're
well.
gonna blame the weight catch, the rehydration. All the fans gonna sit there and say it was never a fair fight.
It
This is what
isn't.
happens.
It
At the end of the
isn't.
day, Ryan accepted this contract. If it was bullshit, he could have tried to negotiate it or not took the fight like every other fighter been doing, pulling out of negotiations contract. Also, somebody else brought up talking about saying Tank because I watched the press conference. Tank was about to say this is his hardest fight, but then he recorrected himself and said he don't know that yet because he has to be in the fight to even say this is a hard fight. Another thing I want to touch about. No, man, I'm just tired of it. I feel like everybody and race got to play a factor or bias got to play. When it's their favorite fighter, they're gonna sit there and say, because I heard it numerous of times. I know you said this the first time this happened. Both things happened in one fight. Because
I don't see how y'all keep making it okay, man. It's not the same as Canelo. It's not the same to do both in one or all three in one. Like, it's not the same, man. Y'all gotta stop with that, man. It's not the same at all. But I got more callers here. Let me see who is next. Looks like Free Smoke. Free Smoke. Jump back in, Free Smoke. Look like your mic ain't working. Julio.
Hey, how you guys? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just totally agree with you today, Ness. Like the whole intrigue in the fight for me was predicated, and I think for a lot of people was predicated on the fact that Ryan's bigger than Gervonta. But other than that, Gervonta has every single fucking advantage. The fight could be at 140, Gervonta would still be the favorite. So yeah, I just think that this is just another way to skirt out of having a competitive fight. I feel like that's the whole point of boxing. That's the whole point we watch it, and I just don't understand it. Respect to Danny, but I don't particularly agree with him, especially in regards to Ryan signed a contract. I feel like that's just a cynical cop out because if he had said, you know what, I'm half this fight. There's no mega fight without me. I'm pulling out. Everyone on here would be calling him a duck.
Yep.
So yeah, man, that's all I just wanted to say. But yeah, great show, guys.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling in. Jonathan Lambarena.
Hello.
Yo.
Hey, can you hear me, Nuts? Hey, yeah, I just want to talk about the weight stipulation. I do think it's an unfair advantage, but the only agreement I could have with Danny at this point is you did sign the contract, but it is something the fans don't want to see. I forgot who the other guy on the panel is. We want to see fights best at their best, fighting each other. And frankly, I don't think, I think Ryan said it right after To Go or right after Fortuna or right before the fight. He said, that's it, I'm moving up to 140. So I don't know who's right or wrong in this sense, but I just think the 136 weigh-in is that lets you know it's on Tank's side because it's closer to 135 than it is to 140, obviously. But I just want to listen. If Ness can answer this to me, Barrios fought at 147, right?
After Tank beat him, he moved up to 47. Yes.
Okay, so Barrios fought at 47. Ryan has not fought at 47, right?
No.
Right. Has Gervonta Tank fought at 140?
Yes.
So it's clear as day Tank wants the advantage at 136. You know what I mean? And we have to stop with these. If you guys are tired of us criticizing Tank at this point, from now on, I don't want to hear anything about Canelo, about this and that. Canelo, yeah, he did it for a while, but like Ness said, it's not all accumulative. What do you call it? Accumulative limits. And by the way, a lot of people are saying this is like one of the biggest fight, the future of the sport. Bop, bop, bop. Let me tell you, this is a non-titleist fight. The WBA is not on the line. Nothing else is. So if this isn't just another 10-round fight between a prospect and a baby title holder, then I don't know what it is. I know that the regular WBA, he fulfills
Damn,
his
so now Ryan a
mandatories, but
prospect? Now Ryan's a prospect. Wow.
I mean, you could call him a contender, but even though he's still improving, Danny, is he not?
I mean, isn't that what every fighter's supposed to do when they fight? Or they're
Yeah,
supposed to
but
work.
is
What
Is that in their
what
job
stage is Ryan Garcia at in his career, Danny? In your opinion, what stage would you classify him?
Title contention. He been at title contention.
Okay.
Like, you know, he could have got a title shot 2 years ago, and I felt
I think regardless of where you stand on this issue, whether you like it, you don't like it, you have to admit that it's being implemented into the contract for one reason and one reason only, because Tank is looking for an advantage. That is irrefutable in this argument. That is
not to some.
It's irrefutable. You don't, I mean, whether you agree with it, whether you don't, whether you think it's going to matter, whether it has an impact on the fight, it is put in there because one fighter, which is Gervonta Tank Davis, is looking for an advantage over the other. It's that simple. It's irrefutable.
I got some more.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. At least it's something they both have to go through. It ain't like it's only on Tank, right? So or only on Ryan. So when Canelo put in the weight, the catch weight for Amir Khan has the B side, which Ryan is, right? Could we agree? So Amir Khan has the B side. Amir Khan has the B side. They asked for a rehydration clause, and Canelo said no. So at least this is something that both sides have to go through, and it's not like it's only on Ryan. They both have to make the weight. They both have to, reweigh in the day of. So
let me ask you this, Danny.
At least it's fair in that sense.
Let me ask you this, Danny. Danny, let me ask you this real quick before Ness goes to the rest of the calls. Are you a fan of catch weights across the board in boxing? Do you like them, or do you dislike them, or you just don't care? What's your stance on catch weights?
I personally feel that catch weights have made it possible to get certain fights that should have been made, made. I thought.
So you like them? You're a fan of catch weights?
I'm a fan of fights getting made. So in this case, yes. I wasn't a fan of it in Canelo Khan. I wasn't a fan of it in Canelo.
Danny, you gotta be consistent. You either like them or you don't like them.
I don't have to be consistent. That's like saying I like all apples, brother. No, I like certain ones. Certain ones do good. Certain catchweights do good for the sport. I thought this was a catchweight that did good for the sport, because to me, there's not a bigger commercial fight in the entire sport than this one right here.
So you don't think Tank could have won this fight at 140 is what you're saying?
Tank would have won it at 40, 47, 35.
So then what's the purpose of the catchweight then, Danny?
We got the fight.
You just said that the catchweight was needed in this fight. Why? What was the purpose of the catchweight in this fight? If everyone's saying Tank would have won regardless, so what is the sense here? You guys believe more in Tank than Tank believes in himself.
When the motherfucker was at 35, he ain't fucking fight nobody. So it's like when he was at the weight, he couldn't fight nobody. So clearly, you ain't fighting nobody at 35. Let's try to
Bruh, he been calling Tank out for 3 years.
You're calling Tank out for 3 years.
Let me move on, man. Let me move on.
He said they sent him an offer and they ain't never get back to him.
Let me move on, man. Let me move on. Bruh, Ellaby probably sent him an offer worse than this one, bruh. Like, knock it off, man. It looks like
did they not count
the key. It's the key.
Accept all terms. Did Ryan not?
Whatever, Danny, we get it. You riding with that. You cool with it. We get it. You don't gotta go that hard. We get it. You on that side. We get it.
Yo.
Yo.
Hey, Ryan is only 24 years old, man. He's young. Y'all like he's losing so much weight, bro. That hydration clause is not gonna hurt this dude.
Oh, okay. So you don't want a fair fight.
Man.
You don't want a fair
he's
fight.
Like 30.
You don't want a
Why is
fair
it
fight.
fair? What is the purpose of this rehydration clause if it doesn't mean anything?
It's
Bro, he's
fear.
the A side fighter. He's the A side fighter. Of course, this is the biggest fight. This is the biggest fight of his career right now. The biggest fight of his career. Of course, you want the advantage.
Okay,
Of course.
thank you for at least admitting that he's looking for an advantage.
I mean, he can have it his way. He's the A side.
Okay, but he's looking for an advantage.
I mean, that's what you want to call it, but I'm just saying, though,
That's
like,
what you want.
I feel like,
You
no,
just
keep
called
it
it
100.
that.
Keep it 100.
You
Keep it
just
100.
called
I
it
feel like he
that.
would have beat him. Without the catch weight.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if you felt that way, you wouldn't be calling in and saying that it don't matter.
I'm just saying, though, it really ain't gonna hurt Ryan. Though, y'all making it a big deal.
No. The big deal is that you yourself thought he'd have beat him at 40, but you ain't saying, damn, why the fuck he do this?
Damn, this argument
because
makes
he the
no
A
sense.
side. At the end of the day, it don't matter. He the A
This is
side.
like cognitive
Nervous
dissonance, bro.
side.
This does not make sense. This
Reassurance side. The reassurance side. They were the A
Bro,
side.
I
Mean they
just-
want reassurance.
Bro, Ryan been fighting 135 almost his damn career.
Ryan
bro.
ain't got
Like,
no world title. Imagine what they gonna do to Shakur when he want to fight him. Ryan ain't never won a
Man.
world title. Imagine Shakur, who was
So
unified.
y'all want a bigger Ryan to come in
Ness
15,
just
20
made a great
pounds
point.
and beat up on the
Ness
smaller
just
guy.
made a great point. Ness
So
just
y'all
made a
want
great point.
It's gonna
Listen
go
to
over
what
their
Ness
head.
Ryan.
It's gonna go over their
So
head.
y'all want Ryan to
This is
come
what
in
Ness just
15,
said.
20 pounds
This is why-
heavier and
this
beat
is
up on the
what
smaller
Ness just
guy.
said.
Yeah.
Let me break down. Let me break down what Ness just said to you and tell me if you
Nah,
agree
he
with
don't
this.
care what I said.
Ness just said you got a guy 24 years old who has no world titles, who has probably one name on his resume, right?
He could have a world title. He could have a world title.
Let me finish where I'm going with this. Let me finish where I'm going with this. And you add
Bro,
all
Beans,
these.
you just said he had a better resume than Tank, so now he got a
That's opinion.
resume.
That's
Danny,
opinion. No,
connect the mic to that shit. Connect the
I didn't say- I didn't-
connect the
I didn't
mic that
say-
they send.
I didn't say he had a better resume. I said I said he had a better win. Collectively, Tank has a better resume. Collectively. I
Tank
think he
has a
has
way better resume. Y'all really think Tango and Fortuna was something?
Let me land the plane. Let me land the
Come
plane. Let
on,
me land
man.
the plane. This is important. This is important. So if you're gonna ask for all this stuff, and it's that hard to make this fight against a guy who just has a name, basically, according to you guys, he's not good, then what's gonna happen when someone has the name and is good? This is setting a precedent.
Man, y'all
that
talking
is
about
gonna be
Shakur. Shakur
damaging
coming up to
the sport
130.
long
35.
term. You gotta accept
35.
But he just got. He haven't had a fight at 135 yet.
He fight April 8th.
His first fight.
And what Tank gonna want? He gonna make Shakur cut his arm off.
Man, you crazy.
No, you crazy. You over here
You
defending
crazy. You
bullshit.
crazy.
You defending
I ain't
bullshit,
defending
not
him,
me.
I'm just feeling reality. Nigga, Ryan talked his way into this fight.
Nah, reality is Ryan is a model.
Ryan talked his way into this fight.
Reality is Ryan is a model. Ryan is a Gatorade star. Ryan is a TikToker. Ryan is Jake Paul friend. Ryan can't
Ryan
fight.
is all that.
Ryan pulls back in a straight line. Ryan keeps his chin in the air, but Ryan got somebody hard.
Ryan keep his
got
chin in the
somebody
air.
hard.
How you keep your chin in the? Yeah, you're right. Ryan do keep his chin in the air. He get knocked down. He don't keep his chin down.
Yeah, but all of a sudden we need rematch, one-way rematches. All of a sudden we need rehydration clauses.
A-side.
All of a sudden
Be
we
an
need
A-side fighter
catchweights.
then. Become an A-side fighter then.
A-side. Reassurance
Become
side.
a-
Reassurance side. You
You
want the
crazy,
reassurance
man.
side. We're going to go to some other callers with the reassurance side. We got Marlon So Icy. The reassurance side. What up? Marlon.
What's happening, man? How are you?
We hear you in the truck.
Yeah. So I was just wanted to call, man. Y'all are tripping if y'all think that there is no advantage, even though y'all think it's 10 pounds of him just not being able to cap. Man, that is an advantage for Tank all the way. Ain't none of y'all ever cut weight and then had to go and perform, and knowing that you cannot get up to your full maximum weight. Y'all tripping. That is a big advantage. At least in my mind, the way I compete. If I know that even if it was goddamn 4 pounds different, if he said, all right, you can't come in, if I come in naturally when I rehydrate, if I'm at 14 pounds, if I know that I have to cap 4 pounds of that now, then you mentally still in a training mode. Like you got to watch what you eat the whole time, and then you got to go in the fight. That's going to, for me personally, I think that'll be a little bit more of a mental battle, and just knowing that somebody trying to get the upper hand, which he's the A side, so he can do it. But like y'all said, he got all the damn advantages. Why do he need to do it? Like that's just extra. That's just extra BS to it.
It's just the catch
Also, I
weight. It's the
think on the
rehydration clause that kills it. The rehydration clause
yeah, no,
really puts it
yeah,
over.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
worst
Not even the
part
catch
about it is
rate.
the
The
rehydration
whole time
clause.
was that whole thing. That whole thing. Yeah, I meant on the rehydration. That rehydration is everything. That is everything, because that's when you get your body to the back to where it needs to be. Even though we still only got a day to do it, man. That rehydration for me will be that'll be a motherfucker. I ain't even gonna lie. That's a big thing right there. I'll put it in stipulate. How my last fight went. Um, but shit, I actually overate. But I put on 19 fucking pounds for that. So just say if somebody say, oh, you can only put on 10, which in my case probably would have been better. But just in general, people are putting on a lot of fucking weight because they know where they body just filled back up at. Now you telling you can't do that. That's a whole different ballgame. Like that's gonna put them at a disadvantage. But I'm still excited to see the fight. I ain't gonna think it's gonna make it less lackluster or anything like that. Um, but that's also to Ryan's showing that his grit to make this fight happen. So I ain't got no, it is what it is. But them stipulations is some BS. That's my call.
All right, Marlon. Thank you for calling in. We got hella callers here. Hella callers. Let me get to 567. New caller. Who's this?
Hello,
Yes, sir. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Mario from
Ma-
Ohio.
Mario in Ohio. Talk to us.
Yeah, and most of the time, I don't. I can't say most of the time, but I agree a lot with Danny and um, look at his point of view. But look, I'm 55 years old. I've been through maybe a lot of people's decades of boxing. So have a lot of other people. But you're right today. Um, this doesn't look right to me. When 3 years when they were talking about they were going to fight this and that, I told my son, I said, Tank going to beat him. Tank going to beat him. Then yesterday, when I hear all these clauses and all this stuff going on, I'm like, this got to be a joke. This cannot be for real. And I'm like, how can this be in boxing? How is it changing so much? How? How are they letting this stuff just happen like that?
Yeah, man. Because the dollar, just like in everything, the dollar is the power, man. The economics.
And it comes to mind is like, well, hey, if you have, if most people have Tank in the top five, which he is in my top five, but now it's like questioning, like, if this is the best you came up with, what did you begin with?
I'm just
And
worried with the contracts for Devin Haney, for Shakur Stevenson. What those contracts gonna look like? If this guy doesn't even
no
have a
fight.
world title, he's unproven. They call him a TikToker, a YouTuber. I don't get it. I don't get it. Imagine a real fighter. They're gonna put a real fighter through the ringer.
To me, I think even Devin Haney. I mean, you get Bill Haney in there, they ain't gonna just walk all over them and tell you you're gonna do this and do. I think that's why they don't even want to get to the table on that. For me, it goes. Let's get back to boxing. Okay, I understand you got to get yourself on TikTok, all that. I understand all that. That's great. You get yourself built up, all that. But now when you're at the top, you're in most people's top five. How are you coming up with this kind of stuff to me, it's like, what do you guys? How do they sit down and do this? How it's just funny. Just for me being 55 years old and going through all these decades of boxing and then coming in, I thought it was a joke, man. I thought it was a joke.
I thought it was a joke. I can't imagine Crawford asking Boots Ennis for a catchweight. Like this shit don't make no
and
sense.
and the thing that gets me the most is these people that are arguing the point are okay with it. How are you guys okay with that? That's what gets to me. Is like, how are you okay? How can you come up with excuses? Right is right, wrong is wrong.
They not real
You gotta,
boxing fans. They fans of man. They not fans of the sport. Fans of man.
you know, that was just my time. I've been listening to you guys, and you guys are great show. Like this, and you're right, Ness. Today you're right, Danny. You are 100% right, Danny. On saying, yeah, he did sign it. He did sign it. So I mean, that's just showing, and it goes to tell me Ryan wants to fight. That's what's gonna Ryan maybe gonna show, or is he gonna show something that he believes in?
Mario, that is the bell. That is your time. Everybody gets 3 minutes. If you want more than 3, you send a $5 cash app to $ SGTO or $ the boxing voice 1. We got Discord open. You could call us at 1-425-569-5241. And we also have Twitter Spaces. We got a lot of callers. I see everybody. Don't hang up or get out of the queue because you're only putting yourself in the back of the line. I got some super chats I got to get to, and then I'm going to Boogie or Boogs. All right, so I got Anthony, $5 super chat says, Tank has some words for B-Hop when he was standing right behind Ryan. Mad Bet 100 says, $2 super chat, history will only remember who won. Ask Pacquiao. This is true. This is true. Like, we're arguing this after the fight happens, it won't be remembered. This is very true, but it still needs to be highlighted that, someone that we thought didn't need all this is asking for it.
The point that you made that really stuck with me is, if it's that hard to make this fight, what's going to happen with the other ones? Because everyone's praising how everyone came together to make this fight. Another reason why Ryan is bringing that up, and the caller alluded to it earlier, is he's telling you how badly he wanted this fight, that he was willing to make all of these concessions. So you have to kind of suspect that he's the reason why this fight happened.
Oh yeah. Devin Haney, Floyd Mayweather all over again. Mayweather had to take 30% in the Pacquiao fight. This is and wear bigger gloves. Like, this is all facts. Like, these guys had to accept the A-side tactics and hopefully come out on top. We got Priest Dudley, $5 super chat, says the catchweight is Ryan because it's hard for him to make 135, and the rehydration is Tank's counter. Doubt it, bro. If it's hard for me to make 135, Beeb, why would I come in and say, give me the fight at 136? Bro, hilarious the way they try to defend them.
Again, you just have to concede that at least he's trying to look for an advantage.
Absolutely.
You have to at least admit that. All the other stuff you can argue opinion-based. It's factual that he's looking for an advantage. That you any logical person with a brain has to admit at least that.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
No, I finished. That's good.
Sherm Show, $2 super chat says Canelo did a rehydration clause on Daniel Jacobs. Yes, sir, but not a catchweight and a one-way rematch. You see what I'm saying? Like, when he had a rehydration with Khan, when he had a catchweight with Khan, there was no rehydration as well. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 caps. Like, my man is asking for, and remember, Canelo was fighting Daniel Jacobs. At that time, he was already a 2-time champion. He already knocked out Peter Quillin. He already beat Derevyanchenko. Like, what has Ryan done to be put in a rehydration clause and a catchweight and a one-way rematch?
The argument you could make, and again, I'm against all catchweights. I'm not defending them, but the argument you can make with the Canelo situation is all the catchweights were in title fights. That's number one. And as Ness just said, they were all against more established fighters.
All of them
well in their career.
Former champions or current champions?
Champions are current, correct, Ness. That's another irrefutable fact as well.
This guy is a contender, bro. Title contention, absolutely, but he's a contender. Till you win a belt, you're a contender.
Yeah, and he's the underdog. Big.
Before yesterday, we follow the betting here. Before yesterday, he was already almost 3.5 to 1.
Yes, correct.
Before this news.
Correct. Now he's going to be probably 4 to 1. I'm betting him.
I got Mad Bet 100. Kansas City $5 super chase says, why is Ryan's team careless? You get what you agreed to. Exactly. But you see, keep in mind these little snobby super chats and snobby comments. This is why Bud didn't take it. You can't have it, your cake, and eat it too. It's either you want these motherfuckers to be great and take shit contracts, or when they take the shit contract, you gonna motherfucking say it's a shit contract and praise them. You can't shit on them.
And any time someone implements a rematch clause into a contract, he's always going to be asked the question afterwards: did you fight the guy at his best if you won? Did you get a weakened version of that individual? To this day, people are still questioning whether Pacquiao got a weakened version of Cotto. They still ask that question because
Pacquiao got a weakened version of Oscar. Come on, Oscar had to lose all that weight. Come on.
And everyone will say that wasn't the real Oscar. That may not have been the real Cotto because he moved up to 154. So there's a lot of implications and repercussions.
This is Freddie Roach's fault, bro. Freddie Roach invented this shit. No one else was doing catchweights. Freddie put this shit in the game.
In the modern era, yes, you're right. I would agree with you on this one.
Matt Bent 100 $2 super chat says Oscar and B Hop working for Tank. Damn. Adrian D $2 super chat says, does that 146 limit count for Tank too? I'm assuming so, since everyone is saying that they both got to do the same thing. Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, $5 super chat says, Ness, excuse Danny. He's still blind by the green purse Tank was wearing. 5 laughing out loud emojis. Bro, you know I had a caller yesterday tell me that I can't say Tank is wearing a purse voluntarily because we don't know if it was in a contract.
I mean,
I don't
even want to touch.
Bro,
I don't even want to touch that one. I don't want to get canceled.
He said I didn't know if it was in the contract for Tank to have to wear the purse. I mean, yo, shit is getting crazy out here. I got Jamal Davis, $5 super chat. Danny, I agree with you. If it was a problem, he shouldn't have signed the contract. That's why contracts are negotiated. Yeah, and if he wouldn't have signed, everybody would have said Ryan is ducking Tank. Ryan is ducking Tank.
I don't think he said it was a problem. I really believe he said that to show how much he wanted to fight.
Yeah, he has to. He has to show.
It adds, believe it or not, it adds to the promotion because there's 1,000 people watching right now and multiple people giving super chats because of that one fact of the catchweight. So it's going to help the fight. It's going to help sell the fight, in my opinion.
Ricky Dickey, $2 super chat. He says Oscar did Floyd messed up to didn't matter. Why now? I guess he meant to say Oscar did it to Floyd. It didn't matter then. Why does it matter now? Okay, again, the difference was Floyd moved up in weight, so that's not a catchweight because Oscar was at 54. And that's actually a division, not a catchweight. If you didn't know that, and secondly, what Floyd's stipulation was the glove size. A lot different than a catchweight where you're forced to weigh in a certain amount and then a rehydration clause where you're capped and not allowed to weigh what you normally would. Like, Beep, they haven't been watching boxing enough, but remember the days when fucking Julio Cesar Chavez would weigh like 182, 188 versus Sebastian Zvick and Andy Lee in Texas, bro. Like, ballooning up. If you can make the weight, you can make the weight. That ain't nobody's problem. Nico Dinero, $5 super chat, says, Ness, do you know Tank didn't write the contract, right? Like he didn't approve it. Oh, okay, he didn't approve it. I got Brandon Lenz, been a member for 24 months at the champ level. He says, there was no rehydration for Khan because Canelo turned it down. The catchweight was 155 for a guy moving up from 147. Canelo then came in on fight night at 185. That, to me, is actually worse. Yeah, that's cool. That's a situation where maybe you did need a rehydration clause. But my point is, this is the first time in boxing history where we had a rehydration clause, a catchweight, and a one-way rematch. It's just, and then throw in the cherry on top. For a fucking contender, for a dude you guys like to call a TikToker, a YouTuber, a fake boxer. Lord have mercy. What are they going to do for Devin? What are they going to do for Shakur? What's going to happen?
Shakur's going to have to enter the ring blindfolded if they fight.
Frank Martin might have to take off his whole left foot. Just walk in there with a nub. We got Raider Reaper, $5 super chat. It's been a while since my son was finally born. Prayer hand emojis. Ace Rider Rodriguez says, hi, Uncle Ness and Danny. Oh, shit, with a little man holding a baby. Betting on Benavidez, Inoue, Davis, and Canelo. Oh, those all sound like for sure wins. Especially with a rehydration clause. City Slick Gene, $2 super chat. He says, we making the excuse for Ryan. He not even tripping. Oh, that's why these negotiations dragged out. Ellaby literally went from black hair to full-blown Black Santa. That's how long these negotiations took. I got Tony T, $2 super chat, 3 popcorn emojis. That's it. Alan Day, $5 super chat. If he wouldn't have signed because of those stipulations, we would be mad. Imagine what Crawford's seen in those flawed PBC contracts. That's what I'm saying. We can't make this okay.
Then if he didn't sign, they would have said, oh, well, he just didn't want the fight. He's the B-side. He's got to sign he got to sign anyways because he's the B-side. I mean, there was no way that if you're a Tank fan, there's no way you're gonna see it the right way here, man.
Word. I got Shooter, $2 super chat. He says, is the stipulation for both sides or just Ryan? It looks like it's for both sides according to Calvin Ford. COE Films says, $2 super chat, weak ass medicated cotton. Tank looks bad by this. Okay. CYP counterpunch, that one we got to. We got Robert Cassidy. I absolutely 100 emoji love Tank, but this is not it. Shaking my head, what a shame. $5 super chat from Bad Girl TKO. She says, Floyd let Cotto come comfortable at 154, but made Canelo take a catchweight at 152. A disadvantage is a disadvantage. Floyd put Tank on game. Yo, that is so true. Remember, that was part of his build-up to the fight. Like, Pacquiao fought you at 144. I'm going to fight you at your natural weight, 154. Shout out to Floyd, man. We got King Pound for Pound Boxing. No, King Boxing Pound for Pound. $2 super chat says, waiting on Danny to defend Tank's purse with a purse emoji now. And now we got CYP with another counter punch. What is up?
Yo.
What up, Chad?
Oh goodness, listen, man, I'm confused because I've been doing research while my counterpunch was getting ignored. If Ryan Garcia himself, out his own mouth, told the world, I'm not fighting at 135 for nothing, and then Tank offers him a contract at 136, would that change anything? If Ryan himself said he's never doing that?
Not because 136 is still you trying to dry him out.
Cool. I get that. So the fact that Ryan, who's not, now we're gonna get more detail. Ryan is the B side to the A side Tank, telling A side what he ain't never gonna do. So the A side who really run shit, says, you know what? You ain't gonna fight at 135, which is where me, Devin, Shakur, all the four horsemen really at. You don't want to fight there, never. Okay, so I'm not fighting you at 140 because I don't want to, because I'm the fucking ace. I don't have to fight you. So let's do 136. You could say no, but you say yes, I'll do that. Cool. So the 136 would never be here if you didn't say you would never fight at 135. That's on you, partner. The rehydration clause is on Tank. Full credit to Tank for the rehydration clause. That is Tank. The fucking 136 catchweight would never be here if you weren't trying to make fucking demands, letting people know you're not fighting at 135. He can't do that to Devin. Devin fighting at 135. He can't do that to Shakur. It's 135. These are real weight classes. You're the one want to be on your diva shit when a microphone gets in your face. Ryan has a problem with that. He told that to the zone. I'm not going back to 135 for nothing, but I will fight Tank next if Tank wants to fight at where? 140. Then it's so big that I was on boxing scene. Then who else picked it up? Bad Left Hook, Bloody Elbow, Ring Magazine. All of these credible sources said the same thing, was talking about it and talking about it. So it meant something to people that he would not fight at 135. So it's not on Tank. It's on Ryan that there's a catch weight. Take that off him. It's never been done with two. No, it's only done because of you. I'll fight you at 135 and beat your ass like everybody else, but you don't want that. So let's negotiate. You don't have to say yes. You say yes. Be a man about it. You brought the shit up. It's very, very simple. I don't know why the hell y'all keep doing this. And I find it crazy that we're even adding in stipulations to an Earl Spitz and Bud contract that none of us have ever seen, simply because we want to shit on PBC more. How many times do you have to keep making me bigger and bigger? When it comes down to black people being in charge, we always want to grain it out, be detailed, talk shit about it, shit on it. Get over it, homie. Boxing is changing. Al Heyman's at the top, and these black boxers are taking control of their shit. If you don't like it, you should have never been cool with Canelo making his career on it. It's our turn. Eat a dick, be a man about it, and hope your fighter fucking wins. CYP out.
All right, all right. Bugs, what up? Bugs. Yo, 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 yo. All right. Brandon. Brandon.
Ness, I'm here.
I hear you now,
Hello?
champ. I hear you now. You disconnecting that shit tooth, huh?
Hooker. No, I'm working, man. My phone was about to die, so I ran across the damn building. Whew. I got a couple things I want to say, man, because it's a lot going on. First, with the rehydration clause, no, I don't want to start there. I want to start with Ryan opening his mouth about the contract stipulations and stuff. If he keeps doing that, I'm gonna look at that as him already making excuses for how he's gonna lose the fight. But the reason why he's doing it now, I believe, is because he's painting a picture, just like how Ray Robinson, or not Ray, Sugar Ray did when he fought Hagler. He built the picture like, I'm not even supposed to be in here with this man, and everybody thought he was gonna get hurt. He ain't been in the ring for so long, and basically the fact that Hagler didn't hurt him, didn't knock him out, it surprised people, and I think that's why Leonard won that fight. So Ryan could be doing the same thing. He's saying all these odds stacked up against me. Everybody got this dude as a hard hitter, a knockout puncher, and I'm willing to be a living sacrifice and go down and do this and, to prove how great I am. In my personal opinion, you only define, your greatness by beating champions and taking their belts and basically doing what Stephen Fulton is doing, defending his belt in another country. So Ryan, and this is another thing too, that Ryan is smart, and this is why I think he took time off mentally, because when it comes to the thing of God, you can't play with that stuff, and God can't be mocked. And when it comes to these contractors, a lot of these PBC fighters, it sounds very premeditated when they give their thanks speech. They always thank Al Heyman and Showtime before they thank their parents, their trainers, their you know what I'm saying, the people in their corner. They always before they even thank God, they always thank they promoters and all. So maybe that could be something written in their contract. Same thing with that was me yesterday trying to give Tank the benefit of the doubt for wearing that green purse. That shit wasn't even fly, man. He needed some green pumps to match with it. So I don't know who his publicist is. He need to fire them because I think what that really was an attempt was to get more fans on Tank's side. They trying to reach, them community. They trying to get as many followers like Ryan by any means necessary. So if Tank got to wear a purse to get them people to like him, then that's what he got to do.
All right, Brandon.
Tank has said this.
That's your bell, man. Listen, fighters knock each other out in one round. You got to be able to put it down in one round, too. Kermit in Baltimore, what up?
Hey, Ness. Hey, y'all. Man, first off, I agree, Ness. They should have fought at 135.
Defended that belt.
Number one. Yeah, that's what should have happened first. And like Floyd said, he want an even playing field, right? Let's keep the shit even. And for Ryan to mention, the stipulations, ain't nothing wrong with that. And I tell you, I'm a Tank man all the way, but I'm telling you, Ness, I say that deep down, man, I don't know if Tank gonna be able to, even with all of that shit, I don't think Tank is gonna win. And I want Tank to win this fight.
That would be the worst if with all that shit you don't win. He better win. That shit is already a alley-oop.
Yeah, I know. But for Tank to be walking around with a purse, good gracious, something's going on up in his head, man. I don't know. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. So I'm gonna tell you, man. I want Tank to win, but with all of that shit, just like Floyd did, he said I took the fight, and this is it. Let me say this: if Ryan hadn't taken that fight, it would have been some big ass shit about him ducking the man, and he was scared and all that bullshit. But Ness, what about the money? What was the breakdown with the money? How'd that go?
Oh, we ain't getting no information on that. I mean, I don't think anybody care. Everybody know Tank the A side, so he gonna get the lion's share. We care more about the fight. Only reason I care about this is because now I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna get the best versus the best because you not at your best. Rehydration is the most important part. You putting back all the nutriments, man. You replenishing your body. You replenishing your body. It's like, yo, what do you mean? You stopping me from rehydrating in the biggest fight of my life. Mind you, I'm a contender. I ain't even a fucking champ. What's the threat?
That's a real fucking purse, man.
What's the threat?
I thought y'all were playing around with that. That's a real fucking purse.
Nah, bro, that ain't no real purse. That's a satchel, man.
It looked like a purse, man.
Maybe
I'm ignorant. I apologize for my ignorance. That
I don't know. Men don't wear purses. Men don't wear purses, so that's gotta be a satchel.
Oh, I don't know, man. I look like a purse, man. I don't know.
Man, that goes to show there's something wrong with him upstairs walking around like that.
That don't look right, man. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's the wave now. That's what all these young rappers do.
Ness, you're not walking with that.
But we a different age bracket, man.
You ain't walking with that.
We older.
If someone said I'll give you 1,000 to walk with that, would you walk with that?
Nah, I don't need that.
See, and you love money more than anyone, and you would never do that, Ness.
I don't need it, man. Go ahead, Kermit.
I'm just saying, man, I'm 68. Ain't no way in the world you can tell me that he's got a purse, man, a green purse and a pink jacket. Man, come on, man.
Nah, I think it's a phone case. He got, they be having multiple phones. 2 iPhones fit in there nice and snug.
Yes, there's a lot of things you could put phones
Yes,
in, brother.
a phone.
You ain't
That
gonna
a
put a phone
phone
in something
case.
that looks
Why's
like
it gotta
that, man.
be great?
Oh
It's
God.
got man. That's get that a phone case.
It's a phone case
That's
with
his excuse.
straps so you don't drop your phone. My phone 1500. I can't let that bitch fall.
Got the new iPhone? Nesh, you
I
got the new
know,
one?
man, but okay. But damn, man, come on, man. Ness, come on, man. That's a purse, man. That's a female thing.
Nah, man, he
He
probably
can.
got his chargers, his passport. You know, he be flying on a G4s or 5s, whatever them things is. They out my tax bracket, but you know, he probably got all the essentials in there, man. You know how it is.
Go ahead, Ness. All right.
Bro, they say he was rushing from traffic, and that's why
Ness
he
loves
was
playing
late.
devil's advocate, man. He loves playing devil's advocate.
Kermit,
Grab a brown paper
I got to
bag.
get to some other callers, champ. CYP with his third counterpunch. Shout out to my man CYP.
Hello, muchacho.
Hello.
This be my last one. Y'all, it's pretty much over. People gonna like who they like, want what they want, but I'm gonna look at it like this. This is for all my people in the chat. Let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all need to start super chatting and calling in, putting money to the show. Y'all love to complain about me, right? But you don't actually contribute to the show. Because if I don't look at the chat and read it, nobody even knows what the fuck you're saying. Like all through these years, I've made you chat bitches famous. I literally repeat what you say, come at you, give y'all names and credence. You should thank me for making you motherfuckers famous or relevant to this show. If I just drive and only listen to the show, I will never know the shit y'all say. So call the fuck in, get your own voice, or why don't y'all band together with your broke asses, put $100 a day towards the morning show and see why people won't even show up. That would be my contribution to Nest and TBV. Pay $100 a day in a fund to keep CYP off the show since y'all hate me so much. There's two things we know for sure. Y'all not gonna do that because you love me, and two, Ryan ain't got a chance to win whether it's hydration clause or not. Those are two things you know for sure. So complaining about it don't mean shit because y'all didn't think Ryan could win anyway. So this emotional garbage that y'all spilling is bullshit. But I'm serious as a fucking heart attack. If I'm so dumb, so cut his calls, pay him, and I guarantee you I'll be about this motherfucker. $100 a day. I'm gonna check in. $100. I'm gonna hit up Danny. Be like, did they pay the 100? If they paid the 100, I ain't coming on. You motherfuckers won't do it because you cheapskate broke bitches who like to complain about shit and get mad when your daddy come down the stairs and tell you put down the milk and cookies. Put down the milk and cookies. You motherfuckers always mad because him downstairs. CYP out.
That's the first time I ever heard someone ask for an open boycott.
Yeah.
Of themselves. Yeah. That takes something to request that, man.
Kansas City, new caller. Who's this? 316. Who's this?
Yeah, hello?
Yes. Who's this? What's your name?
Oh, yeah, this is, I've been listening for a while, a couple of years, actually. I go by the name Black.
You go by what? Yeah, he got nervous.
Jacked
nervous.
Up connection.
Georgie Porgy, what up?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Jesus Christ.
Georgie.
Yo. Yo.
Yeah, we hear you, brother.
Go ahead, man. Damn.
Oh, might be. Yo, let me say this. It's a beautiful thing to see Beeps here. That reminds me like back of the old days. Everybody here should support the channel. Go to the Ringside Reporter. Nance, you gotta strike Beeps. You gotta strike this shit what is hot. Strike this motherfucking iron what is hot. We need Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia show from here until the fight.
Damn.
Make your bread, baby. Nothing grab the fan base more than this fight. And we're missing the motherfucking point here. The point is that we fucking have a fight without these mafias. They should have fought for the title. They should have fought. What fucking mafia title your motherfuckers want these niggas to fight for, bro? Are you stupid?
We can grab it from these mafias. We got the opportunity to grab this motherfucking sport from these mafias, dog. He wearing a purse. He got a contract with a fucking clause. Blah, 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 blah. Nigga, see the reality. We can take it away from the mafias, baby. We don't need no more fucking Mauricio. We don't need none of these fucking conglomerate of Florence scumbaggery. We have a fight regardless of how it happened. If Ryan is the victim, being abused, whatever, he signed the contract, we got a fight. That's all it matters. We taking away from them. Strike this shit hard, nigga. Get it poppin'. Let's make this shit $2 million buy, break records. Tell these motherfuckers we don't need them. See it for what it is. Stop this picketing about this ridiculous shit.
Nah.
The opportunity is here to take it from them. And you motherfucker want to talk about purses. He look feminine. He got a contract. He got fucking Ryan is the victim. Nigga. Why?
He is the victim.
When we got this opportunity to take it away from them, what we ever wanted.
Who is them? Who is them?
The fucking WBC, all this title shit, nigga.
Man, get out of here,
all
bro.
This title shit, all this ruling and shit.
Bro, we need the WBC right now.
Nah, you.
If we would have had the WBC, if we would have had a sanctioning body, this shit wouldn't have been allowed.
I don't know about that.
What you mean?
WBC find a way to make anything happen.
This shit wouldn't have been allowed. A sanctioning body. Look at the IBF. They don't fucking got no catchweight and rehydration. Get out of here, man.
Baby, they not involved.
If we had a sanctioning body, there would be rules and regulations at the very least. There would be guidelines that we have to follow.
Listen, so you think having these motherfuckers would make the fight easy? Are you serious?
Yep.
You think having these motherfuckers would make the fight easier?
Well, I know we probably wouldn't have gotten this craziness.
Baby, we don't need these people. Dude, please, Ned, think about it, nigga. Think about it. Give it a deep-ass thought. Look deeper, dog.
Deeper.
He's there for the
Bro,
taking.
you want me to lie to the
them,
people. You want me to lie to the
some other
people.
shit.
You want me to lie to the people and go straight into promotion and have them thinking that the best are fighting the best and that this is our generation's Floyd Mayweather and Oscar. No, it's not. Floyd was able to be healthy. Floyd was able to be healthy, and the hypocrisy in this sport is insane. When Floyd was accused of IV rehydration, oh no, oh my God, oh, he cheated. But that's how important rehydration was. But now, in this case, no, fuck it. If he dies, he dies. He don't need to be fully replenished for what? Like, come on, man, you dudes are just weird. I got a couple super chats and a dozen or so more callers, and we appreciate it. We're going to get to everybody. Looks like we got Manuel Fino with the 99-cent super chat. No words, just showing love. Jonathan Lambarena with the $2 super chat says, Tank fans, stop being managers. Be a boxing fan. Laugh out loud emoji. Bones13, $2 super chat says, Ness, were you on the contract? Dead emoji, laughing out loud. Okay. Garcia boxing versus the world. Is that Ryan's dad? $20 super chat with the cheers. 2 glasses of beer. I think Garcia's family likes our show today. Ricky Dicky, $2 super chat says, I'm confused. Is that still not multiple advantages? Of course it's multiple advantages. Of course. Swift 718, $2 super chat. Only see this with PBC fighters. Gotta blame them. Alrighty then. Two-Tone the Superstar. What up?
Yo, it's your boy Two-Tone the Superstar. Please say the Superstar, man. This is nasty, musty, disgusting. Gervonta Tank Davis does not have a competition bone in his body. It is a fact he was not demanding Floyd Mayweather to give him Devin the Dream Haney, Sugar Shakur Stevenson, Vasily the Machine Lomachenko. Now he draining Ryan Garcia to 136, Catchweight. Now the man was late to the press conference. If you're gonna be late, cool. But don't be late showing up with a coach purse and it's purple. That's musty
Green. It
energy
was
and
green.
yeah,
And it was
green,
an
green,
iPhone
green.
case. People saying it was an iPhone case.
That's just gonna
Nah, man.
viral, but man, he's bringing one of them to the show tomorrow. I know he is.
Then he show up with the hacksaw Jim Duggan glasses and won't even take them off. Like
Yeah,
them is the glasses that Trump supporters wear.
That was
Like
Brett the Hitman Hart glasses, man. You wildin'.
yeah, it's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. But other than that, Ryan and Tank they better show up today at the press conference because that shit yesterday did not get any casual fan juiced at all. This is looking like a regular fight. They should have announced this fight at the Super Bowl when they were
Word.
both in the building. They're dropping the ball on this fight. This don't feel like a million pay-per-view buys.
No, they said
This
2
feels
million.
like no, this don't even this feels nasty and disgusting. This don't even come close to buzzing. Nothing yesterday went viral except Tank's mid Cameron jacket and that purse. Nothing else went viral.
Yo,
Nothing else went
you know
viral.
I'm old enough to fucking fuck with Cam. It did look like a motherfucking when Cam was wearing the pink mix and shit.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Nothing. Ryan too. Ryan, you can't stop it. Like Tank is undefeated in press conferences. You have to match Tank. You can't just let this man talk to you. Ryan should have pushed him yesterday. Push him. We need drama. That's why David
well,
Benavidez
it
is
was
lit.
it was Davis that was supposed to push him. He pushed Rolly off the stage.
Right, right. But Tank, like Tank is a horrible marketer. He's horrible at marketing. So Ryan
I
is
don't
the
know,
one.
man. I think yesterday's outfit made the rounds, bro.
But Ness, I'm confused because they're they're banking on all Ryan's social media following and TikTok star, but Tank shows up like he done did 59 TikTok dances. He looked like he's a TikTok nigga. That's how TikTok niggas dress. But I'm out, man. Salute the boxer voice. We out, man. Two-tone the superstar. Please say the superstar.
Superstar. Yo, I didn't know that's how TikTokers dress. I don't even know what's a TikToker yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought content creators create
You go
content
on
on
TikTok,
multiple
Ness?
platforms. Yeah, I mean, I go on there. I follow Tank on there specifically. He do most of his training camp footage there. Big boss Nino. Nino, hold that thought for 1 segundo. I just want to give a quick shout out to Jonathan Kidder out right here in Florida, gifted 5 memberships for some of you lucky sons of a guns. Then I got another official member, is not Dewey, is Dury Jones Jr. gifted another 5 memberships. So 10 of y'all got real lucky. Shout out to both of you guys for the support. Thank you for continuing to watch. Hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility. We're going to get more callers giving their opinions because today's show is lit. Nino is on you.
Yo, what's good, gang, man? I'm in here. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button. I just got in here on CYP call, so I ain't heard the whole show. But I just read the title, first ever catchweight with a rehydration clause. I ain't never heard no shit like that. That's it's at a catchweight, so I was like, shit, I don't really
90
understand
seconds.
the problem. But that's just you feel me, Tank flexing that muscle as he should. You feel me? Everybody crying about that shit, nigga. You feel me? If I'm the boss man and I could get all the advantages, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, nigga, to get all the advantages I could get to the fight. So I don't really blame him, but shit, if I was a Ryan fan, I would be like, that's some bullshit. But I'm Team Tank all day. And I heard a couple people talking about Tank ain't fight nobody. Would you? Woo. I heard one guy say he Team Tank, but he think he gonna lose and shit. I don't really think nobody think Tank gonna lose against Ryan for real, for real. I just don't see it. And like I said, I see the tickets going on sale tomorrow at 10. I've been looking at the little website and shit. I'm gonna grab my ticket and plane ticket tomorrow. And when I find my shit out, I'm probably get out there around like on the 17th, 18th and shit. When I get down there, I'm gonna definitely link in with you. catch up with y'all guys. And that's pretty much all I got on this call. Like I said, man, y'all don't see nobody beating Tank for real, no way, except probably Devin and Shakur.
I mean,
So all these
with
niggas
those
calling in, talking
stipulations,
in. Bando, come in. Yeah, like I said, shit, he flexing that muscle, dog. I ain't never heard of a nigga not being able to rehab. Like, he already at the catch weight, so shit, I don't know what's up with Tank with that shit. I ain't even hear about that till just now. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on it, but he definitely flexing his muscle with that and shit. I don't blame him. So shit, I'd do it too if I was Tank, you know what I'm saying? But if I was Ryan's side, I definitely would be like, that's some bullshit. He trying to, you feel me, hold us to the fire, do all he gotta do. But like I said, man, I don't think that nigga gonna beat Tank no way, so it don't matter at the end of the day.
I mean, I wish we would have got a fair fight, like Floyd used to say. You know, what did he say? Even playing field. This way, we would have known. We would have known. Now, all y'all keep saying he was gonna beat him anyway. He was gonna beat him anyway. So why we need this anyway? Why'd we need this anyway? I'm trying to get Rachel Donaire on as an official strength and conditioning coach to find out the importances of rehydration. She seems to be available. If she's not, then I'm going to shift to Larry Wade, you know, and see if he's available because, you know, I don't know. People overlooking the importance of rehydration, man. I don't get it, man. Y'all acting like it's not a big deal to rehydrate, man. I got Stone Bone Box in Colorado. What up? Stone Bone, what
Crazy
up?
what we've come to, man. Oh, hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes, I do. Now I do. I'm
Hello?
sorry. I had the fader down. My bad.
Oh, y'all good? Yeah, man. It's crazy what we done came to, Ness, man. You used to. Hey, Ness, what's today? What's today? What day of the week is it?
Thursday.
Man, why you bringing up Thursday, Ness? Damn, man. Are you that ready for Friday, Ness? You can't. What's your problem with Thursday? You just told me basically a factual statement. It's Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know you hated Thursday, Ness. Why you hate Thursday so much? Like, Ron stated a fact. Tank them, gave him a contract with a weight clause. It's just a fact. When do you become a hater and Ryan is crying just because you stated a fact? I didn't know you was crying that it's Thursday, Ness, because you waiting for Friday so you can go hit the club or something. You just told me it was Thursday. Ryan just said, look, they doing all this. This is what it, when you stated, I think Ryan loses, but all of this shit, like, he can't even state what factually happened. Like I said, that's why, like you said, that's why Bud didn't just sign on the dotted line, man. Like, it's starting to be weird to where they want to control, like, I got to control the other fighter too. Like, I can't, it ain't good enough for me to just control me and be great and win a fight. I got to control them too. Like, you can already control, like, where the fight will be at. That's what it used to mean to be A side. Like, all right, you get to control probably where the fight will be. The B side get a little, you going to get most of the money. Like, all of this, now you got to take catch weight, suck down, rehydration clauses. This shit is going into health now. Like, these fighters aren't doctors. Like, maybe the doctors should say, that ain't right. That's not enough weight for him to put back on. If he walk around closer to that, then that's probably be a fair. Like, maybe that, I don't know, bro. It's just weird that you can't even state a fact no more without saying that you crying or a hater or you don't like. And I'm sticking with my brother in this, and I'm hoping Tank do it, but it's looking fraudulent a little bit, man. Like, stop playing all the games. You up there beat up Mario Barrios at 140. Like you said, Ryan ain't a real fighter. He a Abercrombie and Fitch model. So you need to get the Abercrombie and Fitch YouTube model in a catch weight. Imagine Floyd starts saying, hey, I know you're smaller than me and we the same weight, but I need catch weights for you YouTube dude. Floyd just say the weight and we gonna fight. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm still gonna pick Tank, but these persons and these catch weights and all these things, man, it's not looking masculine to me. It's looking like he got worries. He got some insecurities. I'm gonna catch y'all later, man.
All right. I think I have Rachel Donaire. Rach, is that true? Rachel. Maybe you're not ready, but your mic is muted if you don't know. All right. Well, while she gets that, we're gonna try Bugs again. Gotta unmute, champ. Don't know why we don't hear you. You are unmuted right now, but we don't hear you, champ. And it's really only with you, which is unfortunate. Unfortunate. Damn, what was that? Did we ever get to that Kansas City number? Fudge. All right, I'm going to Tampa. Hold up, hold up. Looks like new caller in Tampa. Who's this?
Hey, what's up, Nas?
What's up, brother? Who's this?
Can you hear me? This is Sad from Tampa.
You said what?
This is Sad from Tampa.
Zed?
Sad, C-E-D, Sad.
Sad. What's up, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Here's my problem. It's kind of a question. So both of them are going to be affected by the rehydration clause, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So
affected? I wouldn't say affected. Only one man's last two fights have been at 140. So only one man has, been away from 35 longer than a year? More than a year?
Okay. But I think this is what you guys are forgetting. Not too long ago, a picture came out of Ryan Garcia looking huge, like he was on steroids.
And then Tank accused him of steroids? You talking about when Tank accused him of steroids?
Yeah.
Oh.
So not only does Tank have Ryan have his advantage in height and reach, and then you get possibility of taking steroids. You want to come in and fight.
Oh wow, possibility. Possibility. So if I think you got a gun, you got a gun on you. That's how it goes. Wow. Okay.
But if Ryan comes in a fight, let's say there's no rehydration clause. Ryan comes in a fight 20 pounds heavier than Tank. Who has the advantage now? Ryan, right?
Did Barrios come in 20 pounds heavier? Did you forget that Tank fought at 140 versus Barrios?
No, I'm just saying. Let's say Ryan comes in way heavier than Tank that night. Ryan had the advantage, but nobody's gonna complain about that, right? So why can't he say, okay, listen, let's both not be able to rehydrate. Let's both come in.
Yo, that's a bad argument. Bad argument. I don't
it's
like
not.
it. You know, I ain't gonna lie.
It's not.
You know,
I
don't really mind the rehydration clause, but that's a bad argument, champ. You might want to rethink that one.
No, it's not. It's not. Because Ryan already, his reach is longer. He's taller. He already has advantages.
Already had the advantages.
Way heavier than me?
Yo, man, I'm telling you, I smell fear, man. All you fans, y'all fear.
So by his logic,
no, I think you scared.
Clauses in every. So by his logic, there should be rehydration clauses in every fight because there's always going to be situations where one guy's going to be heavier than the other on fight night, possibly 15 or 20 pounds. So standardized rehydration clauses. Then is that your argument? Well, the IBF already does do that.
Only you can rehydrate. If he was saying that, then I understand your point. But he's saying we both can rehydrate. Not just you.
Champ, why can't we just have a fair fight? Why can't we just have a fair fight, a regular fight?
How is that not a fair fight? How does that not a fair fight? We both.
Yo, did Manny Pacquiao and Floyd have catchweights and rehydration calls?
Yes, just answer that one question for me. If we both have the same stipulations, how is it not a fair fight?
How? Because I don't need to be in a catchweight. I'm a naturally bigger man than you.
You're not answering my question. We both have the same stipulations. So then how is it not fair?
It's more strenuous. It's more strenuous on a bigger man. It's harder for the bigger man. It's harder for the dude that been fighting at 40 for the last year or some change.
But you're not going to complain when a bigger man comes in way bigger that night.
Bruh,
if
I'm fighting, listen to me. There is no complaining. There is no complaining. If you fight at 35, there is no restriction as to what an opponent can come in. You got to make the weight and that's it. Don't you see this some bullying shit?
But listen to my point. Listen, if Tank said, listen, only you can't rehydrate. I can come in whatever I want, but you can't rehydrate.
All right, champ, you won, man. You won, man.
It
You
doesn't
won.
matter. It doesn't matter
But
because
if we
Tank's the
both
smaller man. He doesn't.
He don't
he's not
get
gonna
that. He don't
he's
understand
not gonna
physics, man. He don't get it.
Doesn't matter. The rehydration clause has no
So your
effect on
point,
Tank because he's gonna weigh in less anyways. That's the answer to your question, sir.
so then you're using circular reasoning then. Because think about what you just said. So if Tank is already at a disadvantage, he's a smaller man. Ryan's
All right,
already a
so
bigger
so
man.
you think there should be
You see what I'm saying?
rehydration clauses in every fight next day? That is
No,
your
that's not
stance,
what I'm
correct?
saying. What I'm saying,
I'm just answer the
that's not what
question,
I'm
yes or
saying.
no.
What I'm saying
Is that your stance for
no,
every fight? There should be a rehydration clause for the next day. Yes or no?
no, that's not my stance. No, that's not
Okay
my
then.
stance.
So then what
my
are we
point
arguing
is,
about?
My point is, while you saying it's unfair, that's not logical. That's not logical because they're both at the same stipulation.
I'm not saying it's fair or not. I'm saying it's an advantage. That's all I'm
man.
saying.
It is an advantage, man.
It's an
He know
advantage. I mean,
that, man.
that's
like
just
Ryan
being
got
subjective. It's an
on Fight Night
advantage.
'cause he's a bigger man.
Doesn't
All
matter
right, bro.
what I
You
do.
right.
Advantage.
You right. You right.
If you can answer that question for me, that's I bow down. But you can't because it's not unfair. They both have the same stipulations. They both have to meet the same requirements.
Bruh,
It's
man.
not unfair. It would be unfair.
You
if Tank
related
said,
to
no,
Tank.
only you.
You related to Tank. We
No,
get it.
but that's the problem.
We get
you
it.
say that when somebody disagree with you. Just because I disagree
You
with
don't
you, don't mean I'm
disagree with
related
me,
to you.
brother. You don't disagree with me. You disagree
I
with
do disagree
logic.
with you.
You
So
disagree
your
with logic.
argument
Logical.
is
What
your
saying is
argument
You
not
never
is
seen no like, yo, this is two dudes. One dude been calling you out for 3 years.
So you telling me Tank was scared for 3 years of Ryan?
Hey, brother, you
said.
tell me what the fuck it looked like to you. It took me 3 years to get you in the ring. And when I finally get you in the ring, guess what? I got no rematch clause. Only you get a rematch if I beat you. I got a fucking rehydration clause, and I got a catch weight. Man, if you don't get your dumb ass out of here, motherfucker.
So you said 3 years. So Tank never sent a
Bruh,
contract
I
to
gotta
Ryan?
go, man. I gotta
In those
go.
3
I
years?
gotta go. I got Rachel Donaire on, man. Ain't nobody got time for you, man. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. My man just sitting here talking crazy, man. Motherfucker. Rachel, what up, champ? I see you. We got Rachel
brother? How
and
you doing?
Nonito Donaire in the building. I'm glad you brought Donaire on as well because I wanted to ask the importance of rehydration. Like, these guys are overlooking it like it's no big deal. And Ryan, it doesn't matter. He signed the contract. And I'm just like, why though? Why was it even in there? We've never seen a fight with a rehydration clause and a catch weight, and he got a motherfucking one-way rematch. It's like, damn, did you really want to fight him? Or did you try to make it impossible for him to say yes?
Well, I mean, I think one of the things that we have to acknowledge is that, first of all, this kind of clause that's being inputted into the contract is something that I've always argued about with the IBF. Okay, like I never agreed with the IBF 10-pound rule. The reason being is that a 10 pound for a 105 pounder versus 10 pounds for a 175 pounder is completely two different animals. It should be a percentage of the body weight. So that's my first thing. The second thing is there is no belt. So having this clause in there is very telling. And unfortunately, I do have to put some accountability on Ryan for signing this. I understand he wants to fight, but there are times where if it's going to be detrimental to your performance, that your handlers need to step up and say, hey, dude, like you're coming in not just in a small handicap, a really big handicap. And lastly, I think the problem with this being is there is always going to be that narrative. Anyone who wants to discredit, let's say if Tank wins this fight, they're going to say, well, you beat a weight drained Ryan Garcia. And it's always gonna have an asterisk next to this fight.
Champ, I see an IBF belt there, so I'm assuming you've already had to go through this.
Yeah, I've gone through it a few times. And for me, like she said, 10 pounds for me is big. If at that time I was at 112, so it was really big for me. Comparing if I'm fighting at 126. But I did feel that when I fought at 112 for the IBF and the 10-pound difference and stuff like that, it helped me out because I was smaller, right, at that time, but still wasn't enough for me. That when you go back to the rehydration stuff like that, hydration is such a big key to a fighter's performance. People don't understand that. When I was fighting at 112, when I was cutting down all that weight, I hurt. Every time I get hit, it hurt. I was at the level where I was very fragile. And after that fight, I said, you know what? I'm going up. you know, because people don't understand that when you're cutting down weight, it takes a lot out of you. A lot physically, mentally, just emotionally, you're just in chaos. So I think that giving that 10 pounds in a bigger person is like for me would be like a 5 pounds, which is not enough. But hey, he signed a contract, he's confident, but I feel that, it's a big advantage for the other guy.
Champ, let me ask you this, and both of you guys answer because I know Rachel, you're not only in the corner, but you are manager as well. Um, if a new way would have sent you a contract with these stipulations, like, hey, I want to fight you, but I want to fight you at a catch weight plus a 10-pound rehydration clause, would you have been okay? And would you have still considered him to be a monster, even though he wanted these, what we are calling advantages? I mean, I guess as a manager and a fighter, you can tell me, do you look at this as an advantage?
I do look at it as well. Let's put the landscape first. So let's pretend that Inoue is at 115 and we're at 118. And he's saying, well, you have to come down to 116, and you can't weigh more than 126. That being said, Nonito walks out normally off camp 133, 134. In camp he's 129. And so you're ready, and then you're bringing him down from 118 to 116, 3 more pounds, and 3 more pounds is something. A lot of the heavier weight divisions might not believe so because literally they could go to the bathroom and 3 pounds is gone. But for a smaller division, 3 pounds
Means
is
a
a
lot.
lot.
Yeah.
That is the difference in if you are cramping, if you dehydrated way too much, whether that's in your calves, even your fingers can just all of a sudden cramp up and straighten out, things like that. I think whenever I don't think catch weights should be a thing. We've seen it time and time again, and different fans say it's okay for one fighter and they say it's not okay for another fighter. I think that if you're going to fight, it has to be in a certain division. This is what the weight divisions are for. They're for protection of the fighters. And if there is no weight division, then that's it. You come down completely to mine, or I go completely up to yours, and that's it. Like that, there should not be catch weights in my opinion. And I don't, when you start doing things like that has a competitive advantage, like I said, I think it does taint the smaller guys weight when smaller guys win if they're weight draining the other guy. And they it I would not agree to it. um First of all, because we don't agree, we don't stand by catch weights.
And the thing about it is, the more the experience that I have, he doesn't have the experience, and he's very confident talking about Ryan, right? And he wants this fight to happen. The thing is, with us, I used to just be like, whatever gloves, I don't care, I'll just fight, until it really came down to the difference. I'm like, man, this glove was too thick, and this glove was padded and blah blah blah, and it made a big difference in the fight. So with that being young, and I guess inexperienced in that way, you'll fight anybody. Because now at this level, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna get what I want because I've been there before, and I'm gonna speak on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people don't understand that in the 24 hours, or even just a little bit over 24 hours, you still don't get the 100% hydration. That's what people don't understand. I can go in there, like one time I weighed in around before 12, and I fought way late, and I still felt my legs tingling. I still felt like there's something that wasn't right. So I know for a fact, because of the way my body feels in all the fights that I've been, to, you don't hydrate 100% when you go into that fight, and that's why when people are cutting weight and they don't get to hydrate, it's dangerous for them because when your brain is dry, that's where people get injured. That's where people get brain damage. That's when people get all those clots and all that other stuff. It's very dangerous because I know for a fact, for myself and then a lot of people, you don't recover that hydration like you do on a couple of days.
And a lot of the huge reasons is a lot of people don't know how to cut correctly. They cut the water way too early, way
Right.
early in the week, and then yet they're still eating here and there, but there's no lubrication in their digestive system to even push anything out. So when it comes to trying to rehydrate, you're talking about rehydrating from a week back, and you're not going to be able to bring it that quickly. And in addition, they're also trying to stuff their face because they haven't eaten for a week or two. There's so many different factors. But I did have a question, Ness. You're saying that that Ryan has to re-weigh
Well,
is it the morning of
let
the
me
fight?
read it. Let me read it to you and screen share it, and you tell me how you guys interpret it. This is boxingscene.com, and it says here Garcia informed boxingscene.com afterward that he cannot weigh more than 146 pounds, 10 pounds more than their contracted catch weight of 136 when he enters the ring for his 12-round fight versus Davis the
Ooh.
night of April 22nd at the T-Mobile Arena. So it doesn't say morning, it says the night of.
Kind of
Yeah,
open
that
ended. Kind of
was going to
open
be my
ended.
question
It's
because
kind
I
of
think
open
we were
ended though.
assuming.
It's a little
Yeah,
open ended.
I think we
Yeah.
were assuming that like
The
because
IBF
an
rules,
IBF rule like
kind of
9
like that.
a.m., 8
Yeah, but
a.m.
there's no
weigh.
Right.
sanctioning body involved, so there's no IBF to
Well, let me ask you this, Rachel.
there's no one to
Yeah.
govern this. That's why I was telling that other caller that we did need a
Yeah.
WBC to step in and say,
But
"Hey, Ryan, weigh in at 6 in the morning so you can have the
but
adequate time to replenish."
let me ask both Rachel and Amito this because we've seen this happen with Jake Paul, the Jake Paul situation with Hakeem Rockman. The commission can step in and say, well, you have to weigh in early because it's not safe to weigh in hours like an hour before. So it is up to the commission at the end of the day in terms of making sure that it's done safely. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes, you're correct. And being that they just, they've been nailing down the event venue and et cetera, when it comes to the licensing and having the event license and the fighters, they are going to be reviewing those things. So, I mean, hopefully commission does their job and says, hey, I understand you want this. The latest we're going to accept the second weigh-in is whatever time,
Yeah,
right?
because that right there. It's
He's going
state.
to eat like
It state that the night of going into the fight. I mean, that is impossible, man. I mean, that's just crazy. If he's cutting weight right now like crazy, and you get down to 136, and you can only get 10 pounds. I mean, a lot of people already had a lot of crap in their
you get
stomach.
2 Gatorades and 2 chicken strips. That's what
That's
he's gonna be able to eat, and that's it
it's
for the whole
that's
day.
just crazy. That's very dangerous for him. I would
The fluid,
honestly.
the fluid will come back, but the electrolytes, the minerals, that's not coming back until 72 hours.
No.
Correct. And that's the thing is that the not restricted blood flow, but the viscosity of the blood is going to restrict it his muscles and joints from firing. So
Yeah.
he would be he able to also get like freaking muscle spasms in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
Things that he's thinking is going to fire doesn't fire off. Calf strains.
So
muscle
basically, he's
spasms
not
on
going to
that.
be 100%.
The potassium, the sodium is not going to be there, and that's where the cramps come in. That's not going to come back.
And again, the thicker the blood is, the slower your body is pushing blood through your
heart
system.
rate.
And guess what?
Oxygen, lack of oxygen as well.
Lack
Stamina.
of oxygen,
Stamina.
lack of stamina, but most of all, injuries tend to happen when your blood is thicker because there's not much flow, there's not much water.
Bruise easier.
Everything.
Champ, one more before I let you guys go. I want to keep it to the 5 minutes I said. I got a bunch of callers. Can you make 112?
I could make 112 if I had to.
Damn.
If I
You ruining my metaphor here. Fuck. I wanted to say
The question is, can he fight comfortably at 112? Not can he make it.
no.
That's
Well,
what you have to ask him. Can he fight comfortably at 112? The answer is probably no.
I need to now offer him a fight 1 pound above just so I can ask, what would that, how would you interpret it? Because it's like, Ryan can't make 135 or isn't fighting at 135. I don't believe he cannot make it, but he's not fighting at 35. So you offer him a fight at 36. It's showing you want to suck him down. You want him to struggle, like as a fighter. Or would you be taking it that way?
So if I have to go down 112 and if I go down to 113, it would be the same thing for me because I'll be struggling at 112. 1 pound for me is not going to make a difference when I'm fighting at 26, 22. If I'm fighting at 40 and I'm already having problem dropping down to 140 and now you drop me to 136, I'm not going to be 100%. I know I'm not going to recover fully, and I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be happy. That's pretty much what it all comes down to.
You're not going to be the best version of yourself. You're not going to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah, and the thing is that like one of the I mean, Ness, you're talking to the wrong person. Like our whole lifestyle is very like clean and healthy, and he's always in the gym. He was in the gym yesterday, so like his walk around weight is decently close to what he fights at. So doing those things, we would just adjust our entire lifestyle to make him smaller. So he'd be able to make that weight. But this is not normal boxers. Normal boxers love to balloon up and then cry during camp, which is a fat camp more than it is a strategic camp.
Yeah, and I'm the guy that can eat cannot eat for almost a month, and I can still walk and still function. That's just how I am because that's what I practice. I practice a lot of fasting without eating anything, So for me, making the weight is not a big deal, but for a lot of people, it's such a problem. Yeah, it's a struggle.
Are you guys shocked? I know I said last one. This is double last one. Are you shocked to hear these stipulations in this contract, especially coming from the A side that is Tank?
Yeah, I wasn't like first of all, the 136, like I just thought it was kind of like silly. When I heard the rehydration, I had a feeling it was going to be because the thing is you want to like if you're going to make him go down to 136, you're going to want to hold that power over the weight, right? So I knew there was going to be a double down. I kind of was hoping there wasn't going to be. Just let the guy rehydrate. Let him be healthy. Let him like if you're ready going to take it to 136, let him rehydrate. What does it matter?
I'm always shocked because for me, I'm like, you know what? I'll fight. I'll do it that way, without any restriction. I want you to be at your best. That's how I look at things.
That's how Floyd said it with Cotto.
Can I sneak one last one in here? Because the defenders of this are trying to rationalize it in this way. Well, he's the A side. That's why he's doing it. Is it quite obvious if you're being objective that he's doing it to get an advantage? I mean, regardless of where you stand on this issue, whether you love or hate it, it's obvious that he's looking for an advantage. Is that an objective viewpoint in your mind?
Yeah, that's an objective viewpoint. Like if you're not meaning when you talk about everything that's fair across the board, is it fair across the board, right? And if it's not, then it's an advantage to someone, and we have to call out who the advantage is to. The advantage isn't to Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. Now, would we have done it? No. Do we agree with it? No. But this is not our career. Like, do what you guys do. We're still going to watch the fight. I could just honestly say I just don't like the move.
For me, it's just I want you to be at your best when you're fighting me. That's it. I don't want no stipulation, nothing. But that's me as a fighter. An old school mentality where I want to beat you at your best.
Yeah, I mean, like let's say, like, could we right now where we're standing? Could Nonito call one of the 115 pounders up and say, "Hey, bro, I want your belt, but I want you to come to 117 and a half." Where these guys are in even like they haven't fought outside of 115. We know they're going to be more bloated, all of these other things. We wouldn't have to trim ourselves down to 115. Could we do that? Completely we could. But Nonito wants to be a legitimate champion at 115. And if we have to make those sacrifices, we will make those sacrifices and plan accordingly.
Well, guys, give out your social media and obviously your YouTube channel where they can find you. And I want to thank you, obviously, for coming on short notice and giving us a little education here, for not only from a strength and conditioning, managerial, and fighter's perspective.
Yeah, of course. Your social media?
Twitter, Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire on Instagram, and Beyond the Ring with Nonito and Rachel on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, and my Instagram is Rachel Donaire, and my Twitter is knockout_queen. Thank you guys so much,
Yeah, thank
Joseph.
you for having us.
Thank you.
And Ness, we'll talk to you guys soon. Have fun.
All right.
Thanks,
I still got some callers. I'm going out to you. Kansas City, new caller. Who's this? Kansas City. What's your name?
I go by Mr. Platinum.
Mr. Platinum?
Yes.
All right, talk to us.
Okay, so you said in the contract that you got to come in at 146 on
Well, that's what the article on BoxingScene.com says.
That doesn't say. So he has to weigh in a couple hours before the actual fight, or the morning of, or
it just says that he has to weigh 146 on the night of the fight. It doesn't say about any specific time of a weigh-in or anything.
So what happens if he goes over? Anything big force penalty-wise?
So I did get some information on that, but I'm holding on to it to confirm it with another source. But there seems to be a fine.
Okay. Now, as far as your opinion goes, who do you think wins this fight?
I mean, I always thought Tank, and now with these stipulations, probably Tank.
Will the winner of this fight go on to fight the winner of Amy and Lomachenko?
Ah, man, that is very hard to say. Maybe if it's Ryan, if it's Tank, it's hard to say. I gotta let you go, champ. You have so many machineries working in the background. It's killing us. But yeah, maybe if it's Tank, I don't know that he would do it. If it's Ryan, possibly. I don't know. No, talk to me.
Whoa.
What up, champ?
What up? What up? How my audio sound, bro?
Straight.
Man, say that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, but this shit taking the fire out the fight to me, bro. Cause it's like I don't say I'm just tuning in, so I don't know what been said or whatever. But Tank, I don't believe Tank need none of
exactly.
I don't think weight, no stipulations, none of that. You hear me? So I'm trying to see, bro. Like, it gotta be Floyd and them, bro.
Floyd ain't with him no more, baby. Can't blame Floyd. He ain't with Floyd no more.
Well, if Floyd not involved, you gotta blame Tank then. If it ain't Floyd, you gotta blame Tank. But I don't understand neither. Oscar De La Hoya been in so many big fights where he had these type of stipulations on the other. Like why would he let that happen to Ryan?
I mean, ain't no way else to get the fight, champ. They ain't giving up the fight.
It's for a title? Like,
no title.
It's like is the title on the line?
No title.
So no title, so it gotta be a fine then. If it's no title on the line, like say he missed weight, you don't if you win the fight, you don't get the title. So no title on the line, it must be money then. It's probably gonna be a fine.
That's what they saying.
How much is the fine?
That's what they saying.
So let's say the fine $100,000. Fuck it. Win the fight. Go in there, pay the $100,000, and come in comfortable.
Hey, you know Ryan a professional. He don't do that shit.
Man, I mean, other fighters done it in the past, Ness, bro. I mean, we done seen
Ryan just took the podium and said that he's a professional yesterday.
Is he still gonna get the win, Ness?
Bruh, with all these
I mean,
stipulations,
not
nope.
so if he come in overweight and by some strange reason he win the fight, that's a win. That's in the win column, right?
If he get the win.
Man, I say he paid the extra money, whatever that is, and come in at his best. And if he lose, he lose. You know what I'm saying? But give yourself the best shot. I think that's the game plan. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened. I don't think Ryan has no intention on doing none of that. Only reason why he bringing that to the public is to let everybody know what stipulations they gave.
Of
You
course.
believe he gonna do that?
So you
You
can
believe he
see,
gonna do that?
who Tank really is.
Right, but I don't think Ryan gonna do all that shit though. I
Do
think
what?
Ryan gonna come in there, he gonna break all the rules, and he gonna fight the fight. Cause think about it, Ness, he gotta weigh in again the night of the fight, right? They gonna cancel that shit with all the people in there.
I don't know, man, but we seen with Jacobs, they didn't cancel it. Jacobs blew the weight versus Canelo. C-Dub. C to the dub. C-Dub. Christian.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What up?
I wanted to say, man, I always thought that Tank was wearing that yesterday due to giving homage to Cameron since he was in New York. That's the only reason why I assume he wore that yesterday. And talking about cross promoting, Ness, this is like the only time you actually see fighters being candid and without a muzzle, and this is why we got this news. Don't you think this is similar to what happened to Crawford when Crawford spoke up too, and it's like they try to put a muzzle over it, but in this fight it's already signed, so it's like Garcia can already talk already. What do you think about that? Like fighters that are able to speak their mind and not be muzzled by their handler.
Man, it's always good when these fighters tell us what's going on, especially if they're getting dicked around like this, man. You know, public perception is everything, man. And you know, if you can sway that in somehow, you better do it. This is an advantage for Ryan. This is showing to a lot of people that he mentally he believes he could win. It's showing his confidence. It's showing the type of person that he is, willing to do all these things just to get a fight.
And I think Tank has the advantage, like you said. I think they're trying to put a page out from when Mayweather fought Corrales. I think Ellerby did this 136 catchweight and rehydration cause, but I think it's not going to really matter. I honestly think Garcia is going to win for the simple fact I don't think Tank's going to show up. I mean, this dude looks really out of it, man. I think with all the legal issues he's going through, the dude looks like he's coming for a paycheck. Not counting him out, he's a great fighter, but I think this fight, man, I don't think he's gonna be there, and I think Garcia is gonna take advantage. Whether it could be any weight, I don't think Tank is gonna show up on the 22nd. I just have a feeling. I don't know why.
Well, all right, Christian. Thanks for calling in, champ. I got Swift in the 718 $10 super chats. He says, we down bad. Top guys box nobodies, no problem. The better the competition, the more stipulations they make to fight. Backdoor shadow ducking. I don't care. But don't say the man duck when you put terms away. No, when you put turn away terms in the draft. Exactly. If you put in a contract together that you're going to make me say no, don't call me no duck. Don't call me no duck. I got $5 super chat from Mike Rios. This says, let's get a legitimate strength and conditioning coach to explain the importance of rehydration clause. I smell self-doubt here in Tank. Glove emoji. Mike, you are actually the super chat that inspired Nonito Donaire and Rachel to be on the show. So because of you, I reached out to them. Shout out to you. Swift in the 718 back with another one, $2 super chat. He says, who really the A side if you rely on TikTok for success? I mean, together, it's a combination. I feel like this is just like when Canelo and Triple G fought. Triple G didn't do great things until he got with Canelo, and those numbers blew up. He went from 170 to 1 point and some change. Experimental Gaming, $1 super chat, just showing love. Jonathan Kidder, $5 super chat says Rick Glazier reported Tank only did 61,000 pay-per-view buys in his last fight. He's not the A side. Yeah, I don't believe that. Real Boxing TV, $2 super chat. Nest cooking, fire emoji. Let's go. Jonathan Kidder back with another $5 super chat. Nonito Donaire, Hall of Famer. Thank you for the insight on the sport. I love. Thank you, TBV, for bringing it to us. Thank you for the super chat, champ. Let's see who we got on the line. Info Joe. You know it ain't no show without Info Joe. Joe. Joe, you there? Light gang.
Yo, you hear me?
I hear you, Sean. What up? Joe, hang up and call back in.
Yo, so I just came in and I'm hearing all these little Tank nut huggers swinging on his nuts. So I got disrespect to get respect. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you,
But
man.
hey, Ness,
Yo.
they tell me when did Ron bring up that the rehydration clause yesterday on yesterday's stream? When did he bring that up? At what moment?
During the interview between Morning Combat.
Why was he doing the interview with Mortal Kombat? What was that?
Because Tank was running late.
So you're telling me if Tank wasn't running late and he was actually there on time, Ron would have never brought it up.
Probably
No,
not.
because he
We're
would have
not.
never brought that
But
shit
we're
up.
not sure. We don't know what he would have said later. But you know,
It would have came out, I
He
think,
would.
in my opinion.
He would have.
I think it would
The
have came
question
out.
would have never been asked. The question would have never been asked. He would have been on time. He would have been answering the question that's asked to him. No one would have brought it up because Tank's late. Of course, he's gonna bring it up. Hey, you want to be late? You want to show you the A side? All right, we're gonna show you a bitch.
Mm.
So no, listen. And Tank saying that in the face off, he was a dog. You can be a dog all you want. Ron's the dog catcher. He gonna put you down. He gonna put him
I
down
don't know,
even
man. He
with the
gonna be weight
rehydration.
drained. He gonna be weak now. He gonna be
No,
weak. It's
no,
not an even fight
no.
anymore.
Fuck
It's not
that. We
even. It's
getting
not
fined.
even.
We getting fined.
It's
We
not
getting
even.
fined. We putting his ass down. We getting fined $1 million. We getting his ass down. Put down the lay down. That's what I got.
All right. I don't know, man. He's gonna be drained. I don't know, man. I got A size stainless.
Yo, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm on Bluetooth. I'm gonna stay on there. It's a little windy out here. Yo, man, I guess shout out to Ryan if he had to take all that to get the fight. You know what I'm saying? As long as he weighed what he's supposed to weigh, you know what I'm saying, at the weigh-in, I don't really give a shit about whether or not he keep that for the fight. That's on him, you know what I'm saying? Danny Jacobs did that, didn't he? Like I think he stepped away from the IBF when he fought Triple G because he ain't want to have to do that. I think he did the same thing with Canelo, so that's on him. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna think less of him if he ain't weighing 146 when Tank weighing whatever he wants. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's pretty much all Tank can get up to and still be. You know, he said he wasn't trying to go above 140, so that might have something to do with it. Maybe he's a little scared of that power, but I don't know about what Venom talking about. I still think Tank gonna win, so I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? As long as this fight is gonna happen, you know what I'm saying, and ain't nobody talking about, you know what I'm saying, oh well he had this after you know what I'm saying, at the press conference and now he talking
So you
and
gonna be
that's
all
what
right with Crawford and Earl having a catchweight too, huh? Knowing Earl
man.
can't make 147, it's gonna be cool to put Earl at a 145,
If,
144 like
if
Cotto and Pacquiao maybe. Is that better?
you talking about you saying if going up like 150 because you said 144.
No, I'm saying down. I'm saying down. I'm saying
Oh, you saying
catchweight.
for Crawford?
Yeah, for
Ain't Earl
Earl.
ain't
For
Earl the A
Earl.
side?
No, I'm saying for Earl. He the one got trouble making weight. Cause that's the scenario. One man moved up, but it just don't make sense how y'all okay with it, man. It's crazy, bro.
This my thing. That's you was going in on Danny for that the other day, and I probably need to get away from that. But at this point, when I'm paying $75 and $50 for pay per views that I don't want, and fights ain't happening, and I finally get a fight, and the motherfuckers are saying, "Fuck it, no matter what, we gonna fight each other." Excuse my language.
But it
Then
ain't. They
I'm just
ain't.
gonna have to be a
It's
fan.
not
You know what
they.
I'm
It's
saying?
not they saying fuck it. It's one side saying fuck it. I'm gonna accept all the bullshit just to give the fans this fight.
And I hear that. And like I said, I don't have no problem with him making 136 because that was the agreed upon weight, and then not worrying about weighing in before he get in that ring and just going in there and fight. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it takes to make that, because like No said, they ain't finna stop that fight from happening. You know what I'm saying? Right before they walk out, if he ain't weighing that much, if he weighing 148, you know what I'm saying? 2 minutes before they get in the ring. So I'm not finna worry about that, man. I'm all I care about is, are they gonna get in the ring and swing? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the boxing world we live in. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to have to be content. I need to get away from it. But right now, when fights that I want to see get made are taking 5 and 6 years or not happening, then when two people are saying, "Hey, I don't care what they put in that contract, I'm going to fight," or like,
Man, y'all terrible, man. That's your time, Coach Malachi. What it do?
Ness, what's good? Let me know if you can hear me or not.
I hear you sound a little muffled. You sound a little
Man,
muffled.
damn, man.
You
What about
straight
now?
now?
Sound
You
muffled?
straight now?
Okay, cool. Sorry about that, man. I'm in the hotel, man. So
Nah, no
you you
worries.
you know how it is. Hey, Ness, the question I wanted to ask you, and some of the callers already called in and asked. And shout out to B. What's going on, fam?
Coach, what's going on, brother? Nice to see you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The question I had, fam, was what would be the penalty if Ryan
So
Garcia
so
were to
I,
come in?
I'm being told it's $250,000, but I wanted to, get another person to confirm it. But I'm being told it's $250,000 for every pound.
250,000 for every pound.
Each. Which is the
Wow.
same thing that Jacobs and Canelo Alvarez had, and Jacobs missed by 4 pounds, and he had to pay $1 million. But Eddie Hearn joked that he was gonna pay it for Jacobs.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that. It's amazing that you brought that up because I remember when Canelo and Danny Jacobs. I remember that incident very well. Um, Ryan Garcia has a boatload of money already. It is what it is. I do understand both arguments. It is an unfair disadvantage to Ryan Garcia for him to come in like that. And I do understand the flip side where Ryan is the one that agreed to the terms. So the reason why you want to have catch weights is because you want it to be an advantage. That's for any fighter, whether it's Canelo Alvarez, Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Yep.
But I will say this: I have never seen anything like catch weight. That's one thing, but a 10-pound rehydration clause for a non-title, I mean, just for any fight, but for a non-title fight, I mean, they're
For
literally
for a
fighting for what?
non-champion, he ain't even a
Yeah,
former champ.
yeah.
Like that right there is fucking like boom, holy shit. For a dude that never won a world title, you need a rehydration, a catch weight, and a one-way rematch. Y'all called this dude a TikToker, a YouTuber, a fake
That's me.
boxer, a
No, no,
model.
hey, listen, Mess. I've been guilty of saying that. I got to be real. I've been the one that's been saying Ryan Garcia. He's a TikToker, really. I've been the one that's been saying that. I'm not gonna say a lot of you. I
So
can't
why
front.
so why he get the toughest Barrios ain't get this contract. Isaac
Yeah,
Cruz, a knockout artist, he ain't get this contract. Leo ain't get this. Like this shit is insane to me. Insane.
Um,
Honestly.
now the question I have is this: we don't know exactly what went on in negotiations, but this is why I make mockery all the time. I don't know if you heard me, Ness, but I laugh at these guys who say sign the contract. Just go in there and sign it
Yeah.
because you've been doing
This
this
is
business a
exactly
long
what
time.
happened when you just sign a contract. Look, he just signed it, and now he got all these stipulations that he didn't need. He didn't need. Like, that was the advantage that Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. had in his prime. He fighting you at 160. He coming in at 188, 182 minimum. Minimum. Like, you can make the weight. You supposed to be entitled to balloon up to whatever you want. Rehydration, damn, okay, you the IBF now. So you also want to catch weight? It's just too much. He the puncher, for God's sakes. Like, you the one. Yo, it's like me and B was saying, he was already a 3-1, almost 3.5-1, without us
Right.
knowing it was a rehydration and catchweight. It's like, Lord have mercy. By the time the fight come, he gonna be a 5-1. It ain't even worth watching no more. It's
Yeah, many,
crazy.
many, many people already felt, and even myself said Tank was gonna beat Ryan Garcia anyways. I didn't know that they had all of the other stipulations. Do you think that this was done out of spite from for whatever reason may be? Like,
Honestly,
I,
man, honestly, he gonna hate me for the rest of my life because that's how these fighters are. You can't say
yeah,
shit without them hating you. But
yeah, these fighters are very sensitive.
it's
I'm learning that.
I mean I wanna say a 4-letter word, but I'm gonna say the word B been using to have an advantage. To have an
Yeah, that's what it is.
advantage.
There's got to be. It indicates to me, and again, it's just opinion, that there's some type of doubt. And I've also said, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but the way they've moved Tank throughout his career, there was always some type of hesitation to put him in with a certain level of fighter. So this kind of speaks to that a little bit. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but
Oh yeah, oh yeah. No, I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean,
that's the way he's been moving.
I would take
Yeah.
words from the great Don House. You know, this is Don House 2015. I'm finna take you back, Ness. You and B 2015 Don House when when he was training
Chisora.
what's the guy that Deontay Wilder beat to become the
Oh,
WBC?
Stavern.
Bermain Sabern.
Yeah,
Ellie
yeah.
Setback was interviewing him. Um, Don House got called into the interview. They asked him about Deontay Wilder. I'm gonna tell you exactly what Don House said. He said, "Now it's a known fact in boxing circles that Deontay Wilder has a well choreographed career." I didn't say it. This is what Don House said. I have the soundbite. I have the entire interview. So to piggyback on what you're saying, um, what and this is no hate because I know how these Gervonta Davis fans are and Ryan Garcia fans. Trust me, I do. I really don't like neither one of them to be honest with you, but um, his career has been choreographed, moved very strategically. I don't think no one can really argue that. Maybe you know what I mean. It is what it is. So
I think everybody's though.
yeah, no, you're right, you're right.
I mean,
Him
outside
and
of a
everybody.
like a Loma.
He got stuck at a certain level.
Yeah.
And I'll reiterate what I said earlier. He's never had that breakout fight yet, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then Ryan's never been a champion.
Never.
Like, Ryan has never been a champion. He's never been a champ at anything. Maybe the amateurs and stuff like that. So
sure.
I mean, again, I'm picking Tank to stop him myself, and I don't. Feel
I mean, of course he gets stopped. He gonna be weak. He can't rehydrate.
But I have something to say though. If I'm Ryan Garcia, I pay the fine.
You blow the weight like Jacobs.
Yeah. Forget the weight. Listen because Ryan has a boatload. He probably have most money than a lot of these fighters that's in boxing anyways on this level. So I'm like, you know what? I'll pay the $1 million. I'm going to come in 4 pounds heavier, whatever. If you charging 200, my fine is $250,000 per pound. I know you haven't confirmed that yet, but I'm just gonna throw that out there. Whatever the fine may be, if it's 250,000 per pound, I'm gonna come in at 150, pay you the $1 million, and then that's so my health is not at risk. What say you about that?
Ryan's got money, like you said, because he's got endorsements, and you can make a lot of money off of social media. You can monetize your Instagram and TikTok and all that. So he probably does have the money.
I mean, he could definitely do it. Jacobs did it. That was his plan. But, I from yesterday's press conference, and I'm only going on for that, he took this whole professional route, and I'm a professional, and he's not a professional, and that's why he's not here, and I'm here. So I don't know. It's going to be unprofessional, quote unquote, not to make weight.
Yeah, but they can't play the unprofessional. I get what you're saying, but you can't play the unprofessional card when it's getting to a point now to where, hey man, this may not be healthy for me. You just had Nonito Donaire, him and his wife on there saying how unhealthy that is. Now Ryan Garcia agreed to it. No one made him sign the contract, but it's something that you said. If he doesn't take the fight, then the narrative is going to be, oh, he ducking, he's scared, he this, he that. That's what the fans, the people who hate Ryan Garcia and the people who love Tank are going to say. He's ducking, he's this, he's that. So Ryan is probably trying to show the fans, I'm not a duck, I agreed to everything. But by me agreeing to everything, since you guys saying I'm going to lose anyways, I'm just going to come in and I'm gonna come in at 151 or whatever, and it is what it is. And
Let's see.
since everybody like coach is saying you're gonna lose, I'm gonna show you guys. That's what I would do. Fuck the weight. I pay you the little $1 million and let's get it on. That's what I would do.
Let's see. Let's see if they got that. If they go with that Jacobs game plan, man. But Beeb, let them know where they can find you. We gonna wrap it up. I got to everybody here.
Yeah, Ringside Reporter Live, man, on YouTube, Jay Habib on Twitter, Joe Habib on Facebook, Joe Habib on Instagram.
And Coach Malachi.
Hey man, listen, I want to say this, man. Shout out to Beeb, shout out to Ness. Ness, you get a lot of flack. But Ness was the first guy, big YouTube channel, brought me on this platform 3 times. You know what I mean? It really did help me a lot. So I got a lot of love for Ness. Ness talk a lot of shit like I do, so it is what it is. But yeah, man, you guys can follow me on Twitter. I've been getting a lot of threats on Twitter, so I love it. Keep the threats coming and the gun emojis. Coach_Malachi on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram, Coach Malachi Williams on Instagram, and on YouTube, True Media, USA Boxing, on YouTube. And much love to Ness, much love to Beat. Salute to you guys, man. I
Yeah, we
appreciate
got to
having me
do
on.
it again, man. We got to do it again. I mean, we got a press conference today. Is today's same time as yesterday?
4 o'clock, yeah, about 4 o'clock Eastern time for us, Ness.
All right. So yeah, I'll be back this afternoon more than likely because yesterday's was crazy. So I'm sure today's gonna be a lot, especially with all the news. More reporters have things now to ask, and hopefully they ask the right
More
questions.
rehydration clause questions are going to probably come out today.
Absolutely. Shout out to Keith Eidig that did that interview. But yeah, man, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Trying to get to that next goal of 166,000. Catch me on the next one. Peace.
Shout out.